veteran versus a rising young talent. Well done, gets into the pocket. Flames are shooting at the back. Big angle, he turns it up, man. These guys are going for it. That final inside clip. Lurking in the smoke, well done. Round of applause.
What a beautiful day here in the Midwest. We are at IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park, TGIFD. Thank goodness it's Formula Drift. Slide in for the first time ever in our 23 years of competition. We are here in Indy. You know the Indy 500, you know open wheel track racing, all that goes down are now drifting. Formula Drift specifically, the premier international drifting sanctioned body, is here for round 3 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. These are the rising stars making their way, if they choose to, grab their license and join the likes of the pro competition. Many different countries being represented in ProSpec and in Pro, and we are celebrating here in the gateway to the West, the Midwest. Some say Midwest is the best. We'll see who the best is tonight for our ProSpec Championship, and then tomorrow night, round 5 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Yesterday, it began with qualifying, but it began for ProSpec in Atlanta. Jerry Johnson, Dimitri Brutsky, what an exciting event, the birthplace of Formula Drift.
Yes.
Matt, what did you think of this season so far?
I mean, we got so many big hitters coming in this season. Rookies and veterans alike just showing us what they're made of, and I really like it. I'm almost calling these guys the Sultans of Swing here.
I love that. Corey Talaska won in Atlanta, and what a show that was. Talaska, he has really grown some great maturity. Speaking of maturity, the dad, the killer, Mr. Never Settle, Dimitri Brutsky, puts it back on top. His son is making a name for himself at the Gambler and many other events across the country. Dimitri Brutsky ended up getting the win at another new venue, Stafford, Connecticut. Then it was rounded out with Cameron Sorensen and another young rising star. And here's where we ended up yesterday with the debut of a new track, a new layout, all drivers getting familiar with this, coming in with no data, no recognition of what's going on, and they put on a show. Got a little kind of watching paint dry a little bit there towards the end, but that is the moral of the story. Attrition, keeping your car together, making sure you keep it off the wall, but overall, one driver came out on top, and that was Jacob Duncan. Duncan came out on top, and he drove really, really well. So that segues into the Field of Dreams, just off track there, as if you build it, they will come, and come they did. We're talking about the ProSpec drivers in the Pro. I'm Jared Deenda, Mr. Matt Sopa joining me once again, being my co-host here for Formula Drift ProSpec. So again, the format different from Pro to ProSpec, seating brackets and ProSpec, more traditional, utilizing the Wally system for qualifying 2 non-consecutive runs, but it's all ProSpec today. What are your expectations for today, Matt?
Oh boy, I'm expecting a lot of coming off the bank here. It's going to take
treacherous?
a lot of. It's going to be treacherous. They're going to. You're going to kind of see who's going to step up to the occasion here. Who's going to kind of look past the fear, look a little further down the track, beyond the walls that are a little daunting here, and get into that middle field. So it's going to be a real good time.
That wall right there, that wall's got teeth, and it could bite you. It could end up ruining your day, ruining the event. And we saw it take out 2 notable drivers, Adam LZ and Matt Field. Little boop, and then a big bang. So bing bang, that's what we saw there. But surprisingly, both Adam LZ and Matt Field qualified high. It's that this was kind of interesting here as we saw 2 drivers, one go into the wall, and then he spins out talking about Rashetsky there. He got the win. He eventually got the victory, but
and third place.
Yeah, and 3rd place overall. But again, we saw multiple different accidents. Jeff Jones yesterday took it to the wall right before we started. Colette Davis, she got into the wall. We saw Coffin there chasing her down. So yeah, this wall, like I said, it's got teeth, and it could sink into your vehicle, your wheels, and all of it. It is unforgiving. So again, you could see the big bank there. We're only using just about, let's say, 5/8 of it in total, and just paving certain sections of the track, courtesy of IRP and Formula Drift stepping up and saying, hey, let's do this, let's modify this. Here we are, on our first maiden voyage here at Indianapolis Raceway Park. I think it's a great contribution. We've kind of eliminated some rounds that we had previously, St. Louis, as well as Utah, and the other one?
Jersey.
Jersey, thank you very much. So
E-town.
we have introduced Connecticut here and Las Vegas, and that's where it all culminates, where we will crown a 2026 Link Engine Management ProSpec champion. Talking about our most recent winner, he does currently lead the Drivers' Championship points, Dimitri Brutsky, because we're officially halfway through, or just a little bit because of our qualifying. Jason Webb, who really made a name for himself in Atlanta. Braden Lawns, that's the gentleman that has really, again, risen to the occasion. Connecticut, Talaska, winner in Atlanta. Tyler Mayer, very quiet, silent, just both the drivers mean, just give me the
There's
car.
a lot of those guys in ProSpec.
Cameron Sorensen, Jerry Johnson, a new car for him. It seems like he's just getting better and better with every turn. Sean Booth, a lot of hope for Sean Booth. We know what he's capable of. Talking to his spotter, he says, you got to be almost militant with him. Tell him what to do. Yes, boss. You know.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of talent, and like I said, the Sultans of Swing there. You see Chris Leonard. He asked the most questions in the drivers' meeting this morning. Jacob Duncan, we talked about him. Obviously, Cody Dempster. Christian Catrone, he's working out some car issues. We just talked about Rashetsky on what he's capable of. Human Rahimi, Alan Boss, Kelsey Rollins. Brian Hopp, unfortunately, did not qualify. That is a big one there. So a few goose eggs there. Lewis Lands, he got knocked out. He took himself out. Jaden Mortarana having car issues. Dustin Miles having a fuel issue. So Amanda Sorensen back down there in 38, but she is a very busy gal. But again, up there on the hill, checking out your phone, checking out the stats, and placing your bets either in Flip Fantasy or Next Bets for the Pro or ProSpec. So again, thank you for joining us out here. Matt, this is the third stop of 4. Like I said, Las Vegas, a new venue for us. Formula Drift has been there, but it's many moons ago, kind of the parking lot of it. Now we're entering into the bull ring. Any of these battles stand out to you?
Oh, right off the rip here, Jared. We got Sean Booth and Jacob Duncan. Duncan's on a heater. He had the best coming off the bank into that inner clip out of everybody yesterday. Sean Booth has an absolute weapon and of a team driver. It's going to be a good one right after Corey Talaska and Brian Wild Wills.
Yeah,
that's going to be a good one there. Jason Webb and Ryan Kaufman in the heats 5 to 8 there. That's going to be a good one there.
Jerry Johnson, Knappich. I know what Knappich is capable of. I saw him last week in the MagnaFlow meetup, and I said, what's going on? He's like, dude, I'm right there. I know. Like, I just got to get it. He just had a baby boy.
Did he find?
Yeah,
awesome.
I just had his baby. So Wilder, I think.
Yeah,
I think so. But but again, just
there's no clankers here in this bracket here. There's a lot of good battles to be had.
I'm really excited. The youth, both driving and literally, as Cameron Sorensen, the youngest ever to have a Formula Drift podium, that was really, really cool. Really excited for him and the Sorensen camp. Obviously, got Cameron, Amanda, and then they're in ProSpec, and then you got Pro Driver Brandon Sorensen, who's currently 3rd in points right now. Unreal. And here is the schedule as Talaska, Brutsky win the first 2 rounds. Here we are at IRP, and then we have Las Vegas. So, right. So, as September 24th, 26th, we will have qualifying 24th, ProSpec with 25th, and then, of course, that will be round 7. Yeah, round 7 of 8. So, second to last for the Pro Championship.
The bull ring.
So, Robin Ishida, Brian Eggert, Reese Marin, our judges. Robin Ishida excited about Las Vegas. He loves that Sin City. We're gonna go to a concert, right, Robin? We're going to the Sphere.
We're going to the Sphere. Is Metallica playing?
I don't know.
Jared's buying the tickets.
Okay. All right. Jared, which Jared? Spelled differently. It's definitely not me.
Have you seen? Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen Denko. No Doubt was amazing there.
Okay.
And the Forsbergs. My wife and I, we saw Wizard of Oz there.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
I'm
Don't knock it until you try it, dude. Have you been to the Sphere yet?
No,
All right, then shut up. So exactly. Here's what the drivers are seeing. Obviously at pace, riding around here with Justin Smash. What are we looking at?
Yeah, we're looking at Interclip 2 there. We went from Outer Zone 2 to 1, 2 there, and then we got 3 coming around there. We're all going. Yeah. And all outer zones from here on out, we get to touch a couple more walls here, if need be. And then these last 2 ones are kind of truncated. They're the size of what an interclip would be. So they're just touch and go, like you say, hit it and quit it. So who do we got down there?
Nice little hit and quit. So Matt Soap, I'm Jared Deanna. Let's bring in the 3rd member of our group, the gal we love so much, Lorette Nickel.
I love you guys too. So happy to be here in Indy. Guys, Jacob Duncan did something really special. He won the seeding bracket yesterday. And Jacob, tell everyone your goal, because it was actually a pretty simple one, but you absolutely smashed that.
And that's correct. My goal this weekend, I was talking to Lorette earlier on, and basically going into this round, I had one goal, and that was just to win a battle. This is my rookie season in FD, and the first 2 rounds we've had some really bad luck, and I've been stuck in the seeding bracket. And going into this round, my one goal was just to get a battle, get into the top 32, and just get everybody, or help show everybody, you know, what we're doing, why we're here, what all our team can do. And then yesterday we exceeded every expectation, made it to the top of the bracket in the seeding battle, and now here we are.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that. It's a family affair for you, and I got the opportunity to talk to your dad, James. And this is actually a full circle moment for you with the car, with the engine. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, so it's really crazy. This car used to belong to one of my dad's best friends, and when we first bought it, this car was powered by the same engine that my dad used to beat on and drive with when I was a newborn baby. So it was in his hands, and then it got tossed out, was in the friend's hands for a while, and out of the family. And then one day, you know, my dad says we're going to a friend's house, not sure what we're doing, and then came home with a car.
Oh my gosh. And Jacob, top 32 battle. You are parked here. You are getting ready for that, but it's going to be a bro battle for you. But how do you get into your top 16 for the first time ever?
Well, my goal is just to give it my best. I got Sean Booth, my homie. I know he's a really good driver, and he's going to throw it down. Definitely not going to make it easy for me. And my one goal is just to not scratch up my Husk Collision Center paint too bad as I'm trying to push him around the track and have fun doing it.
Well, best of luck to you, Jacob. And guys, last night he celebrated his bracket win with a T-bone steak. He's looking for that second steak later tonight.
All right, so we'll hope that steak is on the menu here for Mr. Duncan. But it is, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword. When you're battling your homie, you can trust him, but also you want to take him out.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to, yeah, it's almost like teammates going up against each other, like
absolutely.
Vaughn and Dean, you know, they're just going to 100%.
Well, Jacob, if I can make a recommendation, St. Elmo's shrimp cocktail, have you ever had it? The spicy, do you know about this? St. Elmo's downtown Indy, it's an iconic place. The shrimp cocktail, spiciest sauce you've ever had. So it is definitely palate cleansing. All right, speaking of palate cleansing, let's cleanse our palate right now because we are about to get served up one heck of a battle here. Dmitry Brutsky, most recent winner in Connecticut, going against, he is only Human. He is literally Human Rahimi. Dmitry Brutsky never settled. Coming out of the start chicane, we got a clean start. Dmitry Brutsky drops in front of Rahimi and his Nissan Z. He's still sticking out. And Dmitry Brutsky drops right into form.
Oh, no.
He taps the wall. He straightens out. That's going to be a correction there for him. He did, fortunately, actually salvage that run there, goes into that big bank there, and brings a lot of angle at it. I mean, that is very commendable, and Human Rahimi makes a mistake there on that portion, so we're really gonna have to dissect that. I say we, meaning them. We talk about Robbie, Brian, and Reese. Vernon is in the building. He is playing kind of a driver coordinator.
Yeah, so let's see, I'm not sure what happened if he timed that handbrake pull wrong or whatever. He just got sucked up into that wall, but kept it together and then acted like nothing happened. Rahimi was back far enough that it wasn't really an issue here, but here is where it a little fell apart. I don't know, in this transition, Rahimi just over-rotated and came way out of the pocket, and that's going to be a pretty big deficit on his chase run. Very uncharacteristic for a former champion here, or defending champion of,
You know,
wow, he almost acted like it didn't happen.
Yeah, but you also have to take into consideration, if you're chasing, what is the perspective there as you know, Human's chasing him down, and whoa, like that impedes on your mental status and like what's happening and going on in front of you. Imagine if he was close. But no, even reacting there, that's going to throw you off of your line, your game.
Oh, for sure.
So, you know, as much as he did salvage that, it still does play a role in the overall run there. And again, I'm just kind of pontificating here. I'm not saying that that's their stance. We haven't discussed with them. And I am seeing Dimitri's son, aka Mr. Blonde Tips here. He's definitely on the 90s tip right now. Stan.
He's got got the Timberlake kind of going on.
All right. Well, we're going after Eminem. Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the handbrake, and usually, handbrake will pull it closer. And you know, he's got a good structure back there to allow it to kind of absorb that. But Rahimi was way far behind that. It really wasn't a concern. He had enough time to react, but that is where you know he was able to get back in the pocket. But then what I was kind of referring to was afterwards, Rahimi made a mistake regardless of that incident later in his chase. So little bit to unpack there, a little kind of uncharacteristic from Dimitri, but I guess they're going to move on here. No
I think
CT.
I think what would really seal it in for Human to get this, because that was a mistake by Dimitri.
Yeah.
If Human has a good lead run, he's got the clean air, he has a good opportunity, meaning that he has nobody in front of him. He's got a clean track. Here is the first run out of the gate. It's nice because you just get it out of the way, right?
Yeah,
32. There's nothing like the 32 jitters. There really isn't talking to any pro driver. They're like, just want to get out of 32. And Human initiates a lot of handbrake there. He drops down quite a bit. He is just way offline. And talking about impeding into that chase run, you saw Dimitri try it, and that's what I was talking about.
Yep.
If Human was closer, that would have thrown him off. But let's finish out this run here and see the outcome of it. Human Rahimi goes up back to the bank, into that hit it and quit it, the touch and go, whatever you want to call it. It is an outside zone or a clip in this instance, because it's not a rectangle, it's not elongated like obviously outside zone 1, but those are just pylons that you need to get, hit, quit.
Absolutely, Jared. And he was another kind of wrong place, wrong time here. Dimitri was, trying to get that proximity versus movement, and he was just not absolutely absent of that zone. And kind of a chicken or the egg thing here. We had a few tires off course there, and then business as usual here. So I really don't think that the judges will put any coming out of drift situation on fault of Dimitri. That's just a result of him leading or following the chase car into battle essentially. And not much you can do there. So he's very shallow there. I mean, that's a car length. There's 2 off there, and then 1, 2. Not much contact there, but he's really kind of offline there. So you really can't blame Dimitri, in my opinion, for having the wavering that he did behind Human there. So, like you said, he kind of threw that opportunity away. If he had a really good bank run and the rest of that, he might have sealed that victory. But now it's going to be in the judges' hands. They both left it in the judges' hands, to be honest.
Neither run were sensational as far as lead. So, and both were on outside zone 1.
Right.
And like I said, if Human was more aggressive, it would have been a huge detriment. I think Human would have gone into Dimitri on how much he straightened. Fortunately or unfortunately, Human was down there quite a bit. So,
absolutely.
I mean, I really don't want this to go one more time. Please don't. Okay, Dimitri Brutsky, and one more time. I say please don't, because I don't want to reward those. Those are lackluster run, guys. Step it up. I jokingly, lovingly, respectfully was over to the spot and said, keep it clean, keep it off the wall, salvage the cars, let's do that. And that is not obviously indicative of what we know they're capable of.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's just where unfortunate it is. So one more time, it's an OMT for those gentlemen. Colette Davis, Sam Magmumi. I've seen Sam's car. I have not seen him. I know he works on a lot of different vehicles, including his own. But Sam, we know he's capable of.
Yeah, I've seen him briefly at the drivers' meeting this morning, but all smiles all the time.
He really is.
He's so grateful just to participate. I feel like and do his part, and win or lose, he's always have a smile. So,
yeah,
and
really.
Colette just like we just showed, came off a big crash. So it looks like they got that car hopefully at a Hyundai.
It is so impressive to what these technicians, mechanics, crew, and drivers they participate as well, getting the car back up, and it doesn't even look like the car's even just rolled out of the truck, dude.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah, it looks good. So the Fitment Industries BMW will lead. Colette Davis lined up a lot of GT radio, looking more like a drag racer coming off the line. And you can see that front left. Not so great, but Sam Magmumi, again, another initiation, drops down very low. Colette Davis on the proper line into that inside clip. Now it's all, like you said, outside zone. When Colette counter steers, that's going to be an incomplete, goes way off course here. And Colette, that's going to be an incomplete. That is going to be incomplete. As low as Magmumi was, that is going to basically give him a major advantage. Like I said, Colette was on the wall when she countered out of that first inside clip, and the only one you saw her shoot off track. That's going to be big.
Yeah, unfortunately, maybe we can deduce on what happened here, but I don't know if it's a factor of the car's not at 100% or just that mental game. So let's break it down here. As Colette does a good job of looking in there, but then it was kind of a hesitant getting close to the wall. In there for the most part, Magmumi hanging back. Car is lit back up here. We go for the transition, and just looks like an over-rotate kind of situation. And then the car just didn't want to go where she wanted it. And Magmumi takes advantage. So the run is done at that point. The lead car has an incomplete, so whatever happens after that is null and void. And you can see here with our boy Justin, she's on the wrong side of the course. That's also null and void as well. There was more of an opposite drift right before that. So huge deficit for Colette. Now Sam Magmumi is going to get that clean air, and we'll finish this BMW on BMW action.
Yep. All right. So Magmumi will now lead if he puts this is another scenario that we just saw with Dimitri Brutsky and Human Rahimi. So if Sam puts down a decent run and doesn't straighten out, doesn't go 3 tires off, this could unfortunately or fortunately be a victory for him, as Colette made a major mistake on her lead run. So you can see the lights on either side of the gantry. Once they extinguish, it's game on. Here we go. Sam Magmumi out of the gate. No problem for him. Good clean start. Little 56, a little modern. As Magmumi initiates a lot more confident there in the lead run. You see a little handbrake hold as the wheels come to a halt. Now pass it inside clip. Let's see the counter here into the outside zone. Nice and proper. Some small little corrections there. Feeding the wheel. Now coming up to that bank where they get that elevation change. Go back up to the touch and go. And you don't see how drastic it is until you get that angle. But Sam Magmumi doing, I think, enough to get that victory. But in order to advance on that 16, you know, he's going to be going against either Human Rahimi or Dimitri Brutsky. And look at that, all hands on deck. I know the Never Settle team, they throw their kids on the job. It's all family affair.
Yeah, I liked Magmumi's bank run here. He did fall out of the zone there, but it was a little smoother, a little more confident here. But note here, the car kind of gripped up in that transition. I think that's why he came up short on this outer three. And then, but the rest of the, like you said, it was he checked all the boxes. You know, he filled all his responsibilities. Not as deep. I wanted to see some paint scrape in there, but he did enough to complete the lead run, which Colette unfortunately did not do. So I think we know what the fate is going to be here for these drivers.
Yes, and unfortunately, before it even begins, it is Colette Davis's day is over. Sam Magmumi gets the win and advances on into the 16. So, all right, Colette always again, a little beacon of light over in her pits at the Ministry of Black Rifle Prop Company, BMW, residing in Florida. So let's throw it down. Another beacon of light, Lorette Nickel. Lorette.
That's such a nice compliment. Thank you so much. Dimitri, he said I'm a beacon of light. It was very nice of him. Talk to us about this new track and how quickly you're having to learn everything.
Personally, I like it. It's really fun, challenging, and we as professionals should be able to adapt to it really quick. I'm looking forward to do well and continue, like overcooked it a little bit on my first run, trying to fill that zone fully and just overcommitted a little bit, but hopefully we'll fix it on the second run and keep going like that. But I really like it. It's flowy, it's fun, and I don't know why everybody's crying about it.
Dimitri, thanks for your insight.
Yeah, I like it.
Fired.
All right. Well, I mean, he says, I don't know why everybody's crying about it. So you gotta love that. Unfortunately, tighten it up then. You know, if shots are going to be fired, we're going to throw them right back.
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Yes, sir. That's what I like. All right. So, and again, that's that wall there, and you know that it's a safety issue.
It's daunting,
and I'll elaborate as we go past. But let's take a look here. We got Sean Booth and Jacob Duncan. As Sean Booth, that field suspension vehicle, he is working. If you know he's on field, you know he's working with Odie Bakshi's. We know he's capable of. Duncan, we talked about who's buying the steak here tonight. Is it Booth or Duncan? And talking about that wall once again, it bears repeating. That wall coming down. If you look at the overhead of the track, there is a permanent wall in the grass that is there for traditional racing that we have here. If it's you know, round, right? So there's a leading edge on that gray wall that's in the track right there. See the blue barrels? If those walls weren't there, that is right in the danger zone.
And that's
so
not
that
moving.
Wall is that is not moving. We're not going to move it. So we built that wall, and basically it's a safety issue. So I think, you know, as we sensationalize it, it has seen some vehicles go into it. That is, safety is the #1 priority. Right. Between roll cages, Hans devices, neck restraints, all those things, and walls. So walls aren't forgiving, hence why we called audible, put it as an inside clip. All right, Sean Booth leading. Duncan drops into formation.
Oh, no.
Duncan noses in, counters and corrects. Unfortunately, looking so good, but then he snaps back and goes up into that bank. And again, so unfortunate, but look at Booth dialed right now. That is. And you got to think about this. I was going to talk about it. You know, here is Duncan, who saw a lot of battles, or not even, had some bye runs in seeding brackets. He's seen this track more than anybody.
Arguably,
you know, yeah, right. Unarguably, because in seeding brackets, don't know how many practice runs he got, but here he is in 32 going against, again, trust fall. He trusts Sean Booth, but what happened?
Yeah, Booth's got a lot of smoke coming out of there. I think he just got a little antsy, a little aggressive. I couldn't quite see if there was contact there. Now let's rewind it back. It's, you know, right in that pocket. Real good placement. The car just kind of gripped up. I don't know if It just wanted to hug that wall. Unfortunately. And that thing is nose up as we, looks like the driver's okay. We're gonna get him on the flatbed here. Can put money that he'll be taking a competition timeout while we wait, so.
Yeah, well, while we clean up here on aisle 1, we got Booth, and a little cooked to medium rare there for Mr. Duncan. Booth will have a major advantage here. That's going to be a comp timeout. As Midwest Mayhem, we deemed it before we even have showed up, and it is paying off to the name. That's you, that's me, you're on TV.
Adam LZ here to tell you that motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon ImagePrograph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Braden Altrip. I'm here at Formula Drift Orlando, round 3 of the Pro Championship, here with UNOH as a current motorsports marketing student. And I have been able to do a lot of things since I've been here. You know, learning sponsorship fulfillments, how the brands interact and really engage with the fan base down in the paddock, helping with the driven experience. And then I also did a podcast with Jacob Gettins, and all of these things that were such a dream to me, but that's all possible with UNOH. So if you guys are somebody who is wanting to get out to these events or learn more about UNOH, head to unoh.edu, that's their website, and hopefully I'll see you guys out here.
Gotta love that. Thank you to UNH for their support of the Formula Drift Championship. There's plenty of there's a few UNOH graduates here.
Jackson.
Jackson, who is crew chief for Chris Forsberg. I know he's got a commercial as well. So as we get Mr. Duncan off the trailer, let's throw it down to Loretta Neckel, who is with a very elated Sam Magmumi.
Very elated. Congratulations on the win, moving to top 16. So when you're going against a driver that is as talented as Colette is, but she's experiencing technical issues, what did you have to put down?
So honestly, you know, I saw her crash in practice, and this is stuff like happen all the time, you know. And then I was just going into the battle thinking like, you know, I don't know what to do. Should I be fully committed or, you know, play it safe? And sure enough, I talked to Rome spotting for me today. And he's like, just play it safe, you know, but not too safe. And then it turned like it went in our favor this time. So I'm happy we're in top 16. This is the second top 16 for the season. And we're like, I think 10 in the championship. I'm happy. The car's going in the same, like in the right direction. I'm excited to be here. The track is fun, and I'm loving it here.
Same, Sam. And when you're given advice, play it safe but not too safe, how do you find that happy medium?
You just gotta trust, you know, what they're telling you. What actually Ron telling me, and just, you know, just be focusing on the person in front. Like, you know, see what they're doing, That's all you can.
Muscle memory and relying on your expertise, right? Well, Sam, thank you so very much. We'll see you in top 16.
Thank you.
All right, keeping it cool, and there you go. Matt, you called it earlier, just a signature Sam smile.
The Sammy smile, yep.
Like
yep.
Hall & Oates. Instead of Sarah smile, it's Sam smile.
You guys, sure.
You know what song I'm talking about, Sarah smile?
You know, I feel like you're yacht rock and
You're more metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you're like Shine Down, right?
Yeah. Well, that's in there. It's in the mix, but
yeah, you're like you jump in your car right now. What do you listen to?
what was in there? Some Parkway Drive.
Okay, there you go. That's good. That's fair. Yeah, Yeah. Although we've come to the end of the road.
We got our one more time kind of pulling up here, I think?
Yeah, looks
All
like
right.
Dimitri Brutsky. We saw Sean Booth there, but this should be the one more time of Brutsky and that of Human Rahimi. All right. Thank you to our hardworking staff behind the scenes, our Formula Drift staff, our judges, our crew, the red shirts, as we lovingly call them. You see all the red shirts on track and in the booth. Chris Ewell, obviously Ryan Sage, the president of Formula Drift. Thank you to our Race Data Labs team as well. We are not utilizing Wally for ProSpec, but we will be utilizing it for Pro tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right. And keep in mind, RDL, Race Data Labs, and Wally is just an aid to the actual judges because we utilize that in qualifying. Again, the 2-run non-consecutive went down seamlessly yesterday. It was really great. Had some awesome graphics to support and educate the fans on what it is. Dimitri Brutsky, Human Rahimi in the double bob, the double burnout box, and going to be pulling up to the line in a moment. Excuse me. Dimitri Brutsky. He had that saying. He's like, I don't know what it was crying about. And you know, it's just again, just with the new track, it's just growing pains.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have it.
Just,
I mean,
it's foreign. It's new.
I can't remember any time we would go to a new track and we got to like figure stuff out on the fly, whether it's for safety or path related for the course. But you know, we'll overcome and we'll just drive the car.
And even as sensational Connecticut was, like I said, I think top 3 event of Formula Drift in 23 years, one of the top 3. It even had some little hiccups that we were just still playing with. You know,
Sure.
it's a revolving door. You know, utilizing the Formula Drift liaisons, which are 3 drivers representing the drivers, as well as working with the FD staff and the judges. So let's get down to the task at hand. This is one more time between Dimitri Brutsky and Human Rahimi. So Brutsky really pulling away from Human Rahimi. This isn't a drag race, but he is looking very dominant right now about where the car is at. Human Rahimi coming up a bit short there in the chase position, but Brutsky hitting all his marks right now. Human drops into formation, but has to back off, and Brutsky now really settling in nicely to all of those outside zones and including that inside clip. Again, maybe just that attitude, that mental shift, and just dial it in, getting laser focused.
Yeah, I feel like this bank is going to kind of separate a few drivers, you know, in a couple groups here as
easy.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's kind of a truncated bank like we've talked about, but you know, reducing that speed elegantly into that inner clip. Brutsky did just that. As Rahimi does play the game of catch up, but he does it, you know, pretty well too. And then he got ahead of the pocket, had to pull back. I really wish he could have really, you know, put a cherry on top of that chase. And here, a little behind the transition there, but great job by Brutsky and out front with you know, this one more time, showing us how it's done with you know, polishing it up. You know, took that mistake away, and now we got a fresh start. And who gets the fresh air? Now Rahimi does.
Yeah, Rahimi, he's really going to need to put down a good run. And I got to say, just you can all tell the future by looking at the past. So where does Dimitri place his trust in that lead run? Maybe give himself a little bit of buffer. Just you saw that difference on how much of a lead he had. His son is up here in the spotters tower. He's giving some insight. Don't know exactly what he's communicating to him, but going off of that first battle, forcing the one more time, the mistakes that were made, and even just most recently with Dimitri out front. So we'll see the stance, the posturing, and the position of these drivers. Human does bring it up to the wall, so maybe a little bit more confidence as he is now out front, and Dimitri just give himself a little bit of room there. Not an inactive chase, but Human a lot more confident out front. Places the car and places the car properly, guessing the split. That's guessing split on the wall.
Yes.
Speaking of on the wall, there he is, bringing it on home. So, you know, Dimitri left a little bit TBD on that inside clip. I didn't like how he navigated that. But
yeah,
maybe
he kind of left that in the judges' hands here, because now Huma didn't have the cleanest run as Dimitri, but I really like how he swung that Z around. He was using all the angle, especially going into that the inner round bank. We'll get to that, but Dimitri just about came out of drift there. If we're not, and then had a lot of ground to make up. Same thing that Rahimi did, but then his timing was a little off there, a little late. But Rahimi, real great there, real close and personal. But then I think that forced him to come up short there. But again, if we're going lead for lead, I think Brudski had it, but in the chase, I think Rahimi had it.
Watch Human's line though. So he's coming down, and where is Dimitri supposed to go? So you saw him throw more angle at it, right? So Human came down, and then he had to throw some more at it, and you saw Dimitri kind of where can he go? So I think that was kind of a on the fly.
You think Rahimi decelled before the end of the zone a little prematurely? Because there's a decel zone there.
Yeah, I mean there's a decel zone, but you have to have angle.
Okay.
So the decel comes from the more angle of slowing down naturally. So I think that kind of lended, that forced the decision here between the judges. So Dimitri Brudski comes out on top. He does have the obviously it is an overall victory there for Dimitri Brudski. He navigated it well, just going off of that. Oh no, Jacob Duncan, after a successful seeding brackets, does not make the competition time out. That would be a 5-minute allotment. He went to the wall under his own power, or lack thereof, and goes into the wall. So unfortunately, Duncan is out. That means Sean Booth will see him potentially after this battle, but he will. That was a hard hit. So unfortunately, it's going to be chicken wings and not a steak there for Jacob Duncan. He's talking about to get a victory meal there, but I still recommend the St. Elmo's.
Yeah, celebrate anyway. You had a good yesterday. So moving on.
Zero Chill, Brian Wills, and Corey Talaska. Yeah, Corey Baked Talaska. I wonder if he's ever heard that name. A Baked Alaska?
Baked Alaska.
Have you ever had a Baked Alaska?
Like Alaskan cod?
No. It's a dessert.
No. Jared, you know you're way more cultured than me.
All right, Corey Talaska. Love this kid. He is just a really cool guy and just a good talent here. The Fuel Lab BMW E36. Look at Zero Chill Wills. I love his tenacity. He's got just a golly gee kind of mentality. Goes into the wall. Talaska does need to keep going on. He does exceed a little bit there. Talaska, not the tightest right there. You saw some corrections there. Hopefully he, maybe was affected. Look at that rearview mirror. Oh boy, red and blue, red pill, blue pill. We've entered the Matrix. It looks like the red pill does come out on top. Don't know which version is the truth or the Matrix, but regardless, Talaska does come out on top. So, the Nasty Habit Motorsports vehicle goes into the wall. Let's run that back and take another look here.
Yeah, I feel like he was kind of pushing all the buttons to catch up with that rocket ship of Talaska's here. I almost manifested in my head, like you could just see him pulling the angle out of it, trying, and then look how late he was still on the gas there. Just way too.
Corey let him out there too. Let's be honest. Corey was out there on that line. He didn't bring it into that inside clip. Not saying that Wills didn't make that mistake, but look at Corey is out there. Watch. Look how far he's out.
But look at him throw. Yeah, you're right, Jared.
Look, he's way out there.
Okay.
But and I mean,
absolutely, you're right.
He was, metaphorically jumping off a fun bridge, and unfortunately, Wills just went out too far.
Now I wonder, do you think that comes into play with the judging, or that's just what it is?
I think you just need to dial it back. I mean, again, you need to run your game, but just follow. So here we are. So, man, unfortunate. And, yeah, look at that thing leaning up. And, yeah, Lorette, I don't know exactly where you're at. Are you next to Duncan right now?
I am. I'm right next to him. Jacob, so sorry for how this day ended up for you. I'm hearing that the intercooler, but potentially the intake is...
It looked like initially it was mainly cosmetic damage, but then we got a little closer look at it, and it's kind of hard to see through the bumper, but the impact basically shoved the intercooler pipe off of the intercooler and separated it. So even if we would have gotten it drivable again, we probably wouldn't have made any power. And, when you're going against Booth, you need all the boost. So without that, we probably wouldn't have gotten very far. It's definitely, like you said, it's unfortunate to end like this, but going into the battle, I knew I had to give it my all, and I just gave it just a little bit too much.
Right. So as we look forward to the next round in Las Vegas, what do you think is the biggest takeaway for you here?
I think my biggest takeaway here is just to try to learn more about that line, where it's where you want to be and where too much is, and trying to find, how to get to the line without going past it. So that's going to be what I'm focusing on. I'm a guy that loves driving really aggressive and giving 110%, but sometimes it's not where you need to be because that's sometimes where the accidents can happen. So learning how to dial it back just a little bit, keep the car in one piece, and next time make it around the track.
Yeah. So for round number 4, we're going to Las Vegas for you. Do you have the opportunity to drive on a sim?
I do, yeah, I do. I have a sim at my house, and that's mainly why I was able to get so comfortable here, because within, I'd say about the past couple weeks, ever since the track was released online, I would spend almost every night just doing lap after lap after lap, and basically I was just driving it to the point where I could do it with my eyes closed, and then that helped so much when I got here. I was able to get comfy after just a few laps of practice, and helped me out yesterday, and almost helped me out today.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for the interview. Thank you for the great attitude. Really appreciate you. And we will see him for round number 4. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lorette, there. And as we are cleaning up on track, we can see Duncan, and again, just want to make sure that they are safe, and that's why. I mean, look at where Wills went in. If you just look beyond that wall, that's where that leading edge wall is. So that's again, that's why it is there. So also, we are finding out, talking to the judges here in between that interview with Duncan and Lorette. Obviously, they said it's shared fault. And their justification is that Corey, yes, he was on throttle. Wills was on throttle. So like we were elaborating on, Talaska was way off of that front clip. He was motoring his way out there, but Wills, he was, again, we call him Zero Chill Wills for a reason, and he needed to dial it back a little bit. So both of them overcooked it a bit. So shared fault right now. All things considered, if Wills can get his car fixed, so here it is. So
look how late the smoke is coming out of Wills there. And yeah, he should have used a little more temperament, I guess you could say. And Talasco's throwing an angle out of it. He was a little tardy on doing that, but Wills, you just got to have that wherewithal, which is really hard in the moment. I totally understand that, but hindsight is 20/20. That's what you learn in having experience. So won't do that again.
All right. Well, the kitty litter is out, but it is not so perfect, as we will keep things going here. But we'll be right back. Guess the part with Dylan Hughes and O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm going to be making it even worse. Today is my birthday.
Happy birthday, Mario! Dude, 21 finally.
52, old fart, man.
Dude.
Yep, 52. Got a bleeder here. I don't know, a proportioning valve or some shit, something brake related.
Keep going.
Like a hydraulic booster assisted type shit.
I'll take it. I'll take it. He said brake related and he said hydraulic. I'll take it. So, ABS pump.
Okay.
For a 1990 Chevy Suburban.
Oh, 90 Suburban.
Oh, yeah.
The very beginning of ABS.
Andy Haley, O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge. Brother.
I'm scared. Last time I did this, you guys made it look like I kissed Ryan Turk. If anybody else blows through it, let me know. I want to know who I swapped spit with.
Turk did it first, actually.
Oh, I did? Okay, damn it, I kissed Turk. Ah!
So, that was him.
Dude, what the hell is this thing? Heavy.
It's heavy. It must be expensive.
Maybe like a direct injection pump? I don't know.
So it is a hydraulic ABS pump.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
A 1990 Chevy Suburban.
Okay. Yeah. Well, do I get to keep it?
Sure.
Oh. Marines are losing their tents.
What's that? You gotta give it back. Sorry.
No.
Vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
The best machines have a heart, and it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
Welcome back here to Formula Drift, round 3 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Overlooking the pits, you see the heat wave glasses over there. Midwest Mayhem. Plenty of activations here, so if you're joining us here today or tomorrow, come on out. High fives and handshakes across the board from drivers, team, crew, judges, whoever you got. Many different personalities here from the racetrack, on track, off track, all of it. So thanks for joining us out here. As I am seeing, I believe we are going to be seeing a bye run once we get the track cleaned up totally. But that looks like Duncan, or there's Wills. Man, competition timeout, so they have 5 minutes. They have a 5-minute allotment to fix their vehicle. So competition timeout, and it is shared fault. So thank you for correcting me on that, director there, Kemp. But it is shared fault, so each has 10 minutes essentially, right? So with shared fault?
No, with shared, they have to use their own 5 if they want to.
Oh, that's true. Yep, thank you very much. So if basically somebody was if the other person was at fault, then they would have 10 minutes. So yes. For clarification. So 5 minutes, 5-minute allotment. You have to utilize your own at one and done competition timeout through the entirety of a competition. So as look at this, we got the lifeguards are on duty right now, cranking some brews, got some food, got all the state fair.
Yeah,
Dude, you got the fried cheese balls, you got corn dogs.
I
saw Vernon double fisting corn dogs there. I know he's not judging, so he's partaking in all of the splendor of fried foods that is through the thoroughfare.
America.
America, yeah, that's right.
Midwest at that.
Midwest mania. So taking a look, you see Casey Cole pitted there next to Zero Chill Wills, Nasty Habit. And unfortunately, you can see Cole, he's right there with he's already taking a look and inspecting. Think you can get fixed?
All in all, I mean, a busted shock, there's hope. Just you don't quit, obviously, but we've seen worse crashes. The tire actually looks pretty square. Looks like the bash bar took a brunt of the impact, so maybe just clear the way, replace the shocks at the toe, and go.
Yeah, and I'm seeing Wills there. You can see Brian sitting there in the back with Lorette. So speaking of Lorette, she's down there with Kevin Wills. Lorette.
I am. So Kevin, just the official FD word, Brian Wills is getting a complimentary 5 and then can use his 5 if he so deems?
That is correct.
Okay.
So yeah, if he runs out of the complimentary 5, he can call his competition timeout.
Okay, Kevin, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
All right.
And Brian, as you are staring at your car, what is the damage?
A lot. It looks like a knuckle, subframe, toe arm, radiator, probably the chassis, the Kevlar, and probably stuff in the front. That's just what's in the back. Probably about $10,000 in damage.
So sorry to hear that, easily you just said. And so with that whole long list, do you think 10 minutes could cover it?
Maybe. We're going to try.
All right. We're gonna try. We're gonna cross our fingers for you, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and yeah, thank you, Kevin, for the clarification there. As we are taking a look at this run again, shared fault. So 5-minute complimentary, and then 5-minute competition timeout. Yeah, look at that. He does tap that front left. So shared fault. Do you want to elaborate on this? What the judges were?
Yeah, what the judges. Yeah, we're getting kind of mixed signals here, so I don't want to misspeak again, but. If there was an incomplete and with someone with fault, that person that was at fault would be able to use their 5-minute if they wanted. If the person that wasn't at fault would get a free 10 and they could use their 5. But Reese, what's up, man?
You guys hear me?
Yeah,
there we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, so when we were watching that battle there, kind of going over the shared fault, like we said, we had Talaska that was really carrying a lot of heat. You can see he clearly misses the inner clip. you know, I don't think he was trying to do that intentionally. I just think he just overshot it. And then chase driver, you know, he was like, he probably in that moment coming off the bank was like, man, I need to hurry up and get close. And then when he surged, he probably realized, whoa, I'm way off. And by that time, man, you just got one guy doing something he's not supposed to be doing. The other guy wasn't doing what he needs to be doing. So you can see here, Talaska gets on, overshoots it. You see the surge from the chase driver. I think he realizes halfway through, like, oh, man, this is not a good spot for me. And it's just a shared fault. You know, both guys just did something in the moment. I don't think anybody did it intentionally.
Right.
But in the moment, there was an error that happened at the same time, and we just felt like it was fair and the right call to just say it was a shared fault.
And you can see Corey actually lifting there. So he was lifting because he was point of no return, but saved it. And I think Wills tapped him and almost maybe kicked him and saving his car from going to the wall. All right. So, all right. Well, thank you, Reese, for giving us clarification there. Shared fault. So, again, 5 and 5. So, the track is cleaned up. Now we are going back to this is a bye run for Sean Booth in his field suspension Drift HQ, GT Radial S chassis. So, Sean Booth, unfortunately, getting handed that victory. And I say unfortunately because of Jacob Duncan going to the wall earlier. So, unable to fix his vehicle in 5 minutes because it was an independent incident. So he only had 5 minutes, but looking dialed, and that's a good opportunity for him to just get more track time. And Booth will advance on.
Yeah, he's currently sitting in 11th, so he's going to need those points.
That is hypercritical for him. As we take a look from our Canon camera angle, shooting down the line, that is looking at outside zone 7. Or the outside clip, I should say, just because it is a single pylon, a chevron on the fence. Now pulling up to the line, looks like we are looking at Tyler Mayer and Carson Ruger. We will revisit the competition timeout of Talaska and Wills. And Talaska, I'm sure, you know, he's given that complimentary 5, so get hands on it. But Tyler Mayer, who definitely has elevated his game. He's currently sitting 5th in points.
All right.
Yeah, and
it's a rookie.
Yeah, against Carson Ruger. He's currently not even top 15 as it stands, but we know, you know, his team, his camp, his capabilities, and that garagistic BMW. We will see how he fares.
He's got it in him. He's. I feel like he's caught a couple tough breaks here, especially in Atlanta with that incident with Talaska and the kitty litter there. They had to replace the whole cage in that car. They had that thing ripped out before Atlanta weekend was over.
That was crazy.
But yeah, super unfortunate circumstances for the Ruger camp. But you know he's one of those drivers you can trust, and I feel like a lot of guys on the grid would agree with that. So we'll see good things from him.
All right. So
and Mayer.
Mayer will lead. Carson giving chase. There's Tyler in the black nose with the red flames, and closer to us, Carson Ruger in the garagistic BMW. Let's get Mayer a good start, and no cones were hit. We got a clean start. All right, tip to tail. The boys go in, initiate on the outside zone 1, the largest one on the track. Carson initiates, drops down quite a bit.
Ooh.
And Mayer, again, another wide swing, very comparable to that of Talaska. Carson on the other side of it, literally on the other side of the track. Now coming to this outside zone 6, there's that cannon angle. Shooting down the cannon into that last outside clip. All right, so again, coming out unscathed, and that's kind of just, again, past that wall. It's very menacing, and it wasn't even just going to the outside or inside zone clip 2.
Yeah, if you notice, I kind of want to see what happened with Ruger here. He dropped off very early, which kind of been in his favor. He might have been in another situation with Wills, or if it was intentional. I'm not sure if he kind of foreboded that. But Mayer making up for that mistake. He's filling out the zones here nice and wide. Ruger right there with him, keeping the transition timing very well here as we get through outer clip 6. Look at that, right through that bumper there. Ruger came out of the pocket there right before the finish zone. This is kind of, he's dropping a tire though, so that's a very independent mistake in the Ruger camp, but he definitely made up for it in the rest of the chase. So we had a pretty decent mistake with Mayer completely missing that inner clip, doing the kind of a Talaska move there, and Ruger really diving in on the shallow side of that, coming off the bank. So let's flip and reverse it. Ruger gets the clean air. Mayer gives chase.
Let's see what we got. Carson Ruger. I'm expecting a pretty good aggressive initiation here from Ruger. He is kind of the all, you know, turn it up to 11 kind of driver when he is confident. And I feel like the car's there. Mayer, he was getting squirrely Dan back there in that chase position, but Ruger nails that inside clip. Could be a little bit closer, but by comparison, he nailed that properly. And Mayer trying to bully him and push him around the track, but Ruger unaffected. BMW now coming into that outside clip, 6 and 7, and finishes out the door.
No, that was a good run by both parties. I liked it. There was Ruger was you know, checking all the boxes, some of them even twice. Yep. And Mayer was right there with him in tow. So let's break it down as Ruger swings that garagistic BMW. Mayer almost getting too ahead of the pocket there, but you can see him sacrificing a little bit of angle, but we really like Ruger's, I mean, I like Ruger's line there coming off the bank a lot better than the last 2 lead runs we've seen so far. As Mayer, though, is sacrificing a little bit of angle to get that proximity, but his transition timing is really well done, but you can see there, he just doesn't, not matching the angle. If we're going to pick anything apart from Ruger, from Mayer's chase, is that the entirety of it, he was sacrificing angle. You know, keep it in the frame, keep it in the picture, keep it in the pocket, and Ruger doing a great job. You know, the sultans of swings out here as they're throwing these cars around, doing a great job here, and Mayer wheeling that 13 hatch around and doing a great job. Like he's just scraping the paint off the bumpers, but then he seems to fall out of the pocket. Like he knows that he's right in the arm's reach of staying on the door, but just couldn't quite close the deal. But good job by both drivers there.
Would you rather have the dive or the consistent? I'd rather have the consistent. I think that's what the judges are looking for. And Carson Ruger, like I said, aggressive out of the gate on that lead run. Tyler, a good effort, but instead of surging, because then it looks a little more chaotic.
Right.
You know, which if you're going to be aggressive, you got to hold firm, you know? So.
Yeah, because if you look at it this way, like you come in there like a wrecking ball, and then you got to make these corrections where it doesn't look as elegant, it doesn't look as intention when you have to like, oh, I got to back off. When you come in there, if you're not scraping the bumper at first, but you're just kind of ease in the pocket, but come out of sneak out of the smoke, it looks really good.
All right, hard candy, Shelly Hansen. She's sweet, but she is definitely built for battle. Yeah. Colin Zielinski here in that Fitment Industries S chassis. And the activation there, awareness of breast cancer, that's the name there. I Love Movies, that is a breast cancer awareness. I know she's battled it and she's been pretty open about it. One of the females here in competition, her husband competing in the Pro Championship as well. So let's see, Shelly Hansen and Colin Zielinski. See Shelly on the top portion of your screen, Colin Zielinski in that purple S chassis. So an all S chassis battle. Let's see what comes out on top. Again, Shelly Hansen, one of the most sensational incidents a few years ago at E-Town. So that was
had one
crazy.
In practice yesterday too, unfortunately.
Yep. But car, like I said, hard candy.
And a hard restart here.
Yep. Left early, you think? I don't see a cone down.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess left early.
All right, so I know that's the world where you're at, Matt. You're down there on the line during the pro competition. You changed from a red shirt to a gray shirt to come up here.
Bipartisan.
Yep. You reach across the aisle. You were here for all of it.
Yes.
We need you a special purple shirt. So you're both sets. Kid gang.
Gray and red makes purple?
I'm just saying. Never mind. We'll just leave that alone.
No politics, just drifting.
Yeah. We'll get you an orange shirt, okay?
There we go.
We'll get you a Drift Wizard hat because you got some sort of sorcery going on. All right, Shelly Hansen back to the line. Zielinski chasing her down. Looks like no restart. Strike one for Shelly, but we don't need it. Come on now. Let's see what we got from Hansen and Zielinski. Hansen initiates. You see her dropping down, kind of back and forth. A bit of a little tit and tat there. Now coming in and out of the S turns. Nice job. Let's see, going up to the bank, and Shelly did look like she was exceeding. You saw her hit the cone. I want to get that true serum camera, that overhead view. That's really going to highlight who did what.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm not saying exceeding, not saying aggressive. Don't want to jump to conclusions. So let's take a look at the overhead angle. I think that's going to be obviously the most telling.
Yeah, shooting from the hip here in the live action, Jared, it kind of looked like Shelly was about to over-rotate because she was off course, but let's see what we can get from our overview here. As I liked filling that zone really well there, but kind of sneaks up to get herself back on a really good line there. I like how much angle she was born here. Zielinski just coming out of the smoke, matching that angle, catching up, and here is 1, 2. I think that was on Zielinski.
Yeah, see, I was like, don't. I was like, dude, I told you, don't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
That. You did. You said she was gonna loop. You said she was gonna potentially over-rotate. Did you not? You said that. You said that. So look, she does overcook it.
Yeah.
She does overcook it. Zielinski followed her, And if he didn't hit her, she might have over-rotated, but Colin was aggressive.
Yep. All right.
So
we'll take the foot out of my mouth.
No, it's okay. I'm not saying you're totally wrong here, because we'll never know.
We'll never know. Yeah, she wasn't like full lock, but I think she would have saved it.
She could have salvaged that.
Granted,
she was way off course. That is a major deduction and a fault. If Zielinski let her kind of cook or overcook it, I think it would have looked worse on Shelly Hansen. So now the judges need to deem fault. So is it Shelly? Is it Zielinski? And this is kind of why, after announcing this for 23 years, I don't want to jump to conclusions. I have definitely eaten a lot of feet, meaning my own, put my foot in my mouth. So again. Okay, so Shelly is at fault. So Shelly is at fault. So again, that's not saying she was looping or anything, but she was off course, and Colin couldn't go anywhere.
Well, there's not a decel zone there.
Throttle. Yes, not a decel. You need to be at momentum, go through. So all three judges, it is unanimous. They reviewed, and Shelly is at fault. So she would need to call a competition timeout to just review any damage, and Zielinski can inspect his vehicle after the contact. So.
And for 10 minutes. So at least I know this with an incomplete with fault on one driver, he's going to get 10. Shelly is allowed to use her 5 if she so dares.
I'm cool with debating, dude. Again, just like we'll never
it's good.
know.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we'll
you can
never know.
You can minority report it all you want.
Yeah, exactly. Do this. Carry the one over here.
The red ball's falling over there. Yeah,
exactly. This is All right, this is an inside out. A lot of emotions going on right now. Great setup here at IRP. Thank you for hosting us here at Lucas Oil in Indianapolis Raceway Park. And the track and the venue, the staff has been great. So as we are looking at Jason Webb coming all the way from South Africa and living here in the States for a minute. So definitely just an easy keel, even guy, easy living dude. He's got Justin Pollock in his ear. Saw him flight coming out. We talked for a little bit. Definitely has his heart in the right place. Talking about Jason Webb and that convertible nonstop tuning Ford Mustang.
Right-hand drive, of course.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So, there's her stats.
Cape Town, South Africa, Ryan Kaufman in that Taxi Garage FC RX-7. And we've seen some success from Jason Webb. He almost he podiumed in his first run, almost won in his first run.
He's sitting in second right now.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, he almost won the thing. And it's just tremendous to see. I met him years ago at Gymkhana Grid in Johannesburg, South Africa, and he's been wanting to come over here for years. He's been dancing around and flirting, coming over, and here he is. He's a great addition to the quilt that is Formula Drift.
Yeah, he might be a rookie, but he's not a rookie to drifting. And just kind of a side note here, I was looking at our standings after round 2. Almost half of our top 10 in the contention for the championship are rookies. 4 out of 10. It's just crazy.
Yeah, very, very cool. I know Kaufman got into the wall just a touch yesterday, but it's that back left corner for him, so driver's side back left. But Jason Webb, here we are. Like you said, the right-hand drive Ford Mustang. He will be leading. He got on the box in Atlanta. So let's see what we have in store for us now. Jason Webb, Ryan Kaufman. Again, Kaufman did have to make it in the seating bracket, so he earned this, and he's got more track time than Jason Webb. Here goes Webb. Webb slinger going in and throwing it in to that inside clip. Good angle from him. You can see the thing bounce back, goes in the outside zone. Great placement by Webb. Kaufman bathing in smoke. You can't even see him. The Taxi Garage FC RX-7 has to back off a little bit, maybe blind a little bit by the smoke. Next performance on that back rear quarter, and Jason Webb crosses the finish line. Bit of a gap there from Kaufman, but I think Kaufman, it was definitely hard to see.
Yeah, you see that deck lid wasn't like that when he left the line. I think he got a little up close and personal on one of these balls here. Let's check it out here. You can see it's flat there. Maybe initiation. You got a little piece of the wall. There it was. Absolutely gorgeous bank ride there, and he came down the line. Our next key point here was look at this transition. He had the nose in there and just swung that rear end, just perfect arc going in that outer zone 3 as we get through 4, and doing a great job of composing his the angle of this car is just incredible. He's got JTP's kit on there. It's just a really, really great lead run. But Kaufman kind of lost in the sauce here is in that chase position. He's kind of playing the game of catch up the entire run here. Very late in the transition timing there. just doing all he can to muster up that FC in that pocket and just couldn't quite bring it home.
Yeah, I think Webb, to your point, was really patient on that transition from that inside clip going to the outside zone. Like you said, just right on that line, was patient with it. The rate to angle wasn't rapid. It wasn't anything gangster like a single qualifying run. That was just something about car placement. And he did allow Kaufman to get in that pocket. That overhead view really highlighted angle while approaching that inside clip. So you talk about that deck lid there, but Kaufman now, talk about confident Kaufman, now comes into that inside clip. So really alternating positions, not just as far as lead and chase, but as far as dominance right now. Kaufman, that Taxi Garage RX-7 now coming on home. Webb, like I said, he's back there quite a bit, but I think this is a really good opportunity for the side-by-side.
Yeah. I think Webb's bank follow was a little less than stellar, but he kind of made up for it. But we'll break it down. Hopefully, that will be some racing side by side.
Webb was back there.
Oh, absolutely.
Way back.
And but he stayed true to his line, which I can. It's formidable as he doesn't sacrifice a lot of the line or his angle to get caught back up in the pocket. He does it a little late in the game here, but he does just that. Kaufman almost kind of late transition, kind of a weird spot on the track there, and Webb stayed true to his line. He did a good job mimicking, but it was just kind of offset back, you know, a car length or a half than ideal. So looking at it again with this chase here, you can see Webb not sacrificing nearly as much angle as Kaufman was in the chase. And I just really like how he stayed true to his line, not sacrificing a lot to gain that proximity, and honestly the mimic was better. It's just like I said, a little further back than we would want to see him versus Kaufman's a little more erratic in the chase position.
All right, it's a family affair here at Formula Drift. That's you. Look, you're on the screen, young man. Yeah, wave to the camera. There we go. Homeboy, what game you playing, dude? There's Formula Drift going on. What are you playing right now? Come on, get off your phone. Go watch Toy Story 5.
Oh, your Pixar representative.
I know.
Jared.
Sorry. Hey, dude. Big fan. All right. So as we wait for the verdict here, I think both had some really great moments driving there as far as placement of vehicle, OMT, Jason Webb, and one more time. All right. Don't look at me, dude. You're the judges. Oh, I know. You made eye contact with me, though. One of the judges. I'm not naming names right now, but I am. Thank you so much for joining us out here. Round 3 of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. We saw Mayer, we saw Ruger, the red, white, and blue, the field of dreams. If you build it, they will drift it here at IRP.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports has taken me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
The best machines have a heart, and it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back from break. So much amazing action. And Carson Ruger, we're so excited for him. We're going to see him in the top 16 Carson, it's been a tricky 2 years for you. What's been going on?
Yes, so basically last year we ran into some car issues. Round 1, I didn't even get to make a lap. Round 2, we had some issues. It was just altogether just a rough year. Started off a little rough this year too. We had to redo the whole cage in the car. Got it back together, went into Connecticut, had some mishaps there, but finally we were able to show up and really show what we got and drive here. So I'm super stoked. It's my first top 16, which I'm pretty proud of, but I think it should have been a while ago. But overall, I'm super happy.
Wow. And Carson, all of this hard work coming together for you, your first top 16. What are your expectations past that?
It's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. My goal for this event was to go all the way to the top, so that's what I'm going to shoot for. Every driver here is amazing, and it just gets harder as you go up. So top 16 is just the start, right? So it's just going to get harder.
Carson, best of luck. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Lorette, and congratulations, Carson Ruger, entering top 16 conversation and competition. Again, we were just doting on Carson on just a very, as a matter of fact, spotter, driver. He has his hands in many different facets in the drift community.
Absolutely.
All right, so Corey Talaska. So Talaska, that means unfortunately Brian Wills unable to fix his car. So very unfortunate for Wills. Just overcooked it and burnt the meatloaf there into that second inside clip. Just overcooked it. So Talaska and the Fuel Lab BMW E36 winner at Atlanta will continue on into the 16. It'll be too easy there, bro. You're solo dolo right now. So Talaska will go against Sean Booth in the top 16, which definitely should be a heater. See what Booth did just earlier. All right. So Talaska and Booth in the 16. All right, we're more than a quarter of the way through competition. We got a competition timeout from, again, we had the Hansen Zielinski battle, which Shelley was at fault, so Zielinski's taking a look at his car. So as they re-enter the conversation, re-enter the track, like I said, Shelley is at a deficit here. Remember, she went out, she went off track. Zielinski couldn't go anywhere, had the contact. It was unanimous. The judges said that Shelley was at fault. So if she got hands on the car, she used the comp timeout, and then Zielinski would get a complimentary comp timeout.
10 minutes, and I doubt he needed it. All of it.
Yeah,
anyway.
not all of it, but just alignment or just making sure it's, again, it's not the $5,000 part. Sometimes it's a 5-cent part that could definitely hamper you, dude.
No doubt, Jared.
The burnout box is full of S chassis. We're talking about Shelley Hansen. She will now chase down. Here's a look at what went down earlier in run 1. Walk us through it, Matt.
Yeah, you can see good placement there, but then I'm not quite sure what happened. Just overcooked it on that outer zone 4 and had a little boink. And, you know, can't predict the future if she was really going to loop it, but I think it was a good call by the judges on, you know.
We got a bit of a heated debate there.
We did, didn't we?
Yeah, it's
I was
good.
trying to tell the future, and
yeah, dude, just
you're like you're not thinking fourth dimensionally.
Let's just lay out, man. Just lay out fourth dimension. What are we talking about dimensions for?
Back to the future.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry, my bad. Great Scott Marty.
Jared.
Look at me. I'm sorry. I went Rick and Morty all of a sudden. What, are you not impressed? I'm a pickle. All right, here we go. Shelley Hansen will be, Zielinski leading. Shelley Hansen chasing him down. Zielinski initiates. He is high on the bank. Both of them kind of wavering there. Oh, boy. Wow. Zielinski goes wide on the exit of that inside clip. That was a unique line that I haven't seen. As now, look at Shelley. She is, again, living up to it. Hard candy. Hungry. Hard candy Shell right now, but right now she is a little sour because she wants to fight back. Not so sweet, but like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be enough. As impressive as that chase run was in the later half, whew. Unfortunately, she has that huge deficit here. But let's just talk about Zielinski's line there coming off the bank here once we take a look at, riding that bank, about mid, getting the tire snuck in there and hits the clip, but then he's like almost back to our old outer zone 2 there.
Yeah.
But it does kind of mess up the chase, if we're being honest. The line is kind of awkward there because he transitioned so late. But the rest of the run, he made up for it. Shelley taking that opportunity. That's a fast car. I've heard from a lot of people on the grid that the Hanson's got quick cars. You know, don't sleep on them.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
great job by both drivers.
Yeah, I would say both Rudy and Shelly are very scrappy. They're very DIY. They're in it. They're in the trenches. Shelly does. She's graphic designer. They're just kind of all hands on deck. So,
right.
All right. So I think unfortunately with that mistake by Shelly Hansen in the lead run, Zielinski does get the victory, and a great victory it is for Zielinski. He will move on that Fitment Industries vehicle. Again, Shelly, great effort there towards the end of it, but again, just that mistake going off course and just leaving the judges' hands, and you kind of forced that mistake.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
It looks like we're going back to one more time. Let's check out our grid, or our bracket here completed so far for our top 16. We got Dimitri Bruski going against Sam McMoomey, Sean Booth, and Corey Talaska, which is going to be an absolute barn burner. I know we're in foreign country here, and then Ruger and Zielinski will be our third battle there in the top 16. So those are set, but now we got our one more time here of Jason Webb and Ryan Kaufman.
Did he dent the deck lid, or is it like a speed hump for intake?
Well, I think it just got like compressed from hitting that wall, and now it's a duct.
It almost looks like a cow, like you know, a speedster. A cowl.
Oh.
Not a cow. Yeah. It's just no, not a.
Like
easy,
a cowlick.
Easy there, Wisconsin. Yeah. Sorry, just I know you love your cheese.
You know what's
curds,
ironic is my rental car has a Wisconsin plate.
Does it?
Yeah.
I love Wisco, dude.
Yeah.
I have tattoos from Wisconsin, but nothing that screams Wisconsin. All right, here we go. Jason Webb from South Africa. Here we go in that non-stop tuning Ford Mustang. No cows hurt in the making of this battle, but we created a cow out back. Jason Webb and Kaufman. Kaufman now applying the pressure. Don't leave the judges' hands. Yes, sir, Webb. Good transition to that inside clip. Very fluid. It just did exactly what he did on that last run. And you can see the car bebopping, bouncing around, and Kaufman not giving him an inch. Last time he backed down, but both of them really dancing into that second to last outside clip. Good execution. That was, I mean, again, I think they learned a lot. I think Webb did exactly what he did in the first one, but Kaufman, he was a little closer this time.
Absolutely. He turned up the aggression here and where it needed to happen, because that chase was a little uncharacteristic on his first battle, but Webb drawing that great line here I talked about before, just nosing in there and swinging the rear end right into the outer zone 3. Kaufman's right there with him. Not quite mimicking the angle, but he really polished up his chase run from the previous battle as far as proximity and, you know, timing his transitions right there. Good job by both parties here. Really excited to see the second half of this, because it's going to be a big moment for either of these drivers to continue on here as we watch from the chase camera, Justin Smash. And yeah, look, what do you think here?
I like the patience of both the drivers there, and they really harnessed that on the first battle as well, going into that inside clip, which is such a critical point, right? So coming off that big bank, it's intimidating, but to have that composure and to have the patience to go from inside clip, the only one, into the outside zone, they executed it really well. So I'm expecting that from Kaufman right now as well, but Webb, he gave himself too much distance on that first run, and now he is not. So that is a better spot to be in. Little straightening there, but see, that's that patience I'm talking about. That is really going to, I think they're going to really benefit from that, whoever advances on through this 32 into the 16. Wow. Come and shoot down the cannon. Coming down, Kaufman and Webb. And look at that, leveling up. That was, I mean, dude, hats off for the progression. Both of them in the chase position. Both of them had good lead runs, but I think what really stood out there were both better chase runs.
Yeah, absolutely. Webb had a really good chase run besides that bank on the first one, but he really turned it up, you know, kind of redeemed himself here as he did a great job mimicking there, you know, staying a little bit offset, but Kaufman doing a good job of drawing his line in the inner clip almost a little too deep. Webb, his timing on his transitions are just absolutely golden here. Getting right in that pocket, staying rhythm. Kaufman getting deep in the zones here. Again, Webb timed that transition perfectly through the finish line. Now, they, you can tell they didn't attempt to leave it in the judge's hands, but it's a good job.
All right, well, taking a look, we have the judges right next to us, and I mean, I'm not speaking out of place here. They're both like, why did they do that the first time? You know, like that's what we wanted. And I think both of them were speaking on their behalf, because, you know, obviously actions speak louder than words. I think they're both maybe a little timid. I think they're just trepidatious on going in and competing and you know, that's the track. And then, oh, by the way, you have this fierce competitor. So hats off to Ryan Coffin, great driving, but Jason Webb, I think, just had that little more aggression, a little more refinement. But Coffin, great job, great effort. That Taxi Garage FC RX-7 as we're just chilling and vibing right now. Hey, you guys need to chill out. You guys are just way too ecstatic right there. Just chilling in your red shorts, hanging out. There he is. Yeah. Okay. I said calm down.
There's life.
I said calm down. You guys are way too excited. Well, thanks for joining us out here on Friday. By the way, your boss called, says you're fired because you're skipping work. I'm joking. Or maybe I'm not. Yeah, Adam Heischman, Josh Stewart. This should be a good one. Heischman and Stewart. And
oh yeah,
what Stewart's nickname?
Commander.
The Commander.
Yeah.
The
Don't
Commander.
call Commander. Yeah. Josh, don't call me Little Commander Stewart.
A little. Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right. So we have an all-American battle here. Ford Mustang versus Corvette. The bow tie versus the blue oval. A couple boys ready to do battle. Heischman and Stewart. Heischman in the white-nosed Mustang.
It's the new Edge.
The what?
New Edge.
Yeah.
That's body style. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. I appreciate.
I know you got the color right.
I appreciate your Ford insight there. All right. The new Edge, regardless, he's going to be riding the Razor's Edge. Let's see if he can do this in that Maryland Motorworks Ford Mustang initiates. And Stewart, he is dancing. He is rock and rolling out back. Let's see if, again, Heischman can tighten it up here. Now going into these outside. Stewart, oh, he gets the nose of the vet. He shreds some skin like a lizard. He is molting right before our eyes. Look at that open wheel. We went full-on sports car to open wheel racing here at IRP.
Just deleting parts on the course. That was incredible. And we got a complete run, so hopefully they're just going to pull up to the line. And all is well here as watch the pony here initiate by Heischman. Great job on the placement here. Just a little left foot braking. Stewart doing some corrections to gain that proximity. Way wide on the inner clip is like my one takeaway from Heischman here. He does correct it, get back in the outer zone 3, getting in a decent job in there, pouring on the angle. But look at Stewart here, just bobbing and weaving, making his way. He's almost trying to pass this guy. He's just so aggressive in head chase position. That's what he needed to do. He didn't leave anything on the table as far as that chase goes. Great job by Stewart, and Heischman, very good job as well. He checked some of the boxes. He did have that one mistake in the inner clip going way wide, but we'll see what Stewart can do in out front while we clean up get his parts off the lawn here.
And let's take a look. Max is saying, yeah, full turn. Let's take a look. Make sure his hood's latched, because that could be an issue.
Oh yeah.
And consider this, he is the lead car.
Exactly.
So again, what?
There is a little leeway when there's when there's contact. There's leeway, like if they had contact and something comes off in the lead in the next half of the battle, then it's not an incomplete per se.
Yeah, a little smooch, but he threw a little tongue in there for extra measure, man.
You can't get. That's as close as you can get without getting your eyes wet. That's for sure.
Exactly. Like a frog licking his own eyeballs. He's got to moisturize. All right, so like you said, a little leeway. Ooh, oh no, mate. Is he just running that low? You think he's running that low?
I don't know.
Holy cow.
We're gonna have to have a word there, Adam.
Yeah. Yeah, he is running some low PSI there. I think there's what, 2 single digits?
I think it's just atmosphere in there.
Yeah,
it's just 0.
He just mounted it. Just threw.
Yeah, I think Max is going to take a look at it.
Yeah, that might have happened. When
they'll probably, if we're going to talk about the future here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just kind of like debeated and beated itself.
And we've seen that before.
Just get the Milwaukee compressor in there.
Hey, no brands here. All right. Well, get a Snap-on one out there. Just pop that thing in.
Yeah, they're all Wisconsin brands.
No. I'm not going to get this discussion with you. Snap-on. Let's go Snap-on tools.
I have them too.
Okay. just clarifying. I know you're a Ford guy. So
yeah. You're a Tundra guy.
I'm look. All right. Why you got to bring me into this? All right, we got again some body parts.
Some deliberation.
Yep, some deliberation. We're talking PSI. We're talking body panels. We're talking race tape here.
Yeah,
Trey's doing some body work. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I mean, the contact might have caused it to just throw a heat cycle in. It'll throw some air in there. All right, so looks like we are ascending the pits. Lorette, quite an event so far. We're almost halfway through our top 32. What's the vibes down there?
Well, high vibes, and Colin and I were just talking about how wild the first part of the top 32 battles have been. And Colin, well done to you. We're going to see you in top 16. You made some big adjustments to your car coming into this brand new event. Does that ever make you nervous?
A little nervous, yeah, but it's all for me to, drive better, make the car drive better, or make it a little bit easier for me to drive. So honestly, I would feel like it's more of a confidence boost than anything.
Okay, and you feel like you're adjusting really quickly, though?
Not necessarily quickly, but we're definitely getting there. Like I felt like that was probably my best, or one of my best leads so far. So just getting comfortable in the car, getting the first round out of the way. I wasn't in seating, so there's no, get the jitters out of the way, and hopefully we'll, go some rounds.
Now, when things start to feel like they're lining up for you, are there data points that you're looking at where you're thinking, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to do, or is it a feeling in the car?
Sometimes it's a feeling, and sometimes, I'll go back and forth with my spotter, and I know where, I feel like I'm messing up or not, perfect, I guess, and then we kind of just, toy with certain parts of the track and try to, perfect the one part, and it usually makes the rest of the track better.
Okay, amazing. Colin, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. And guys, a couple of cars that are coming in here, so of course we'll go figure out what's happening in the pits.
And as we are looking at Patronum, he has some sorcery there from Colin Zielinski, and right now we're looking at those Mustang and Corvette having some battles there. Contact without an incomplete and incidental tire damage. That is what the official verdict is. This Midwest Mayhem is going down here at Indy Raceway Park, round 3 of the Lincoln and PROSPEC Championship. There's wizardry going down right there of Zielinski. We are all waves and all high fives all around here at Formula Drift in Indy.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon Image ProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
Baby, come back. We are back. That is right, as we saw Heichman and Stewart, the tire losing some air, and now we are moving on to Mr. Lawns and Cabot Cardoso. No sympathy. All right, so We are almost halfway through our top 32 and forging our top 16. So there we are seeing 7 drivers in the 16s. But what do you expect from Lawns, man, after a great Connecticut?
I expect the same thing. He's been, you know, an absolute one of those sleeper cells and a rookie at that. Just no one to sleep on. Like there's just no one that you can, you know, count out here. And this will be a good matchup here. I feel like we got a couple rookies again going up against each other, and I think they're also going to be familiar with her. And Braden is these younger drivers. It's not against them, but they don't have. I have a lot of mechanical sympathy. And these guys don't.
Well, I mean, look at Cardoso's car. I mistakenly called it. It looked like a G with all the things off. I apologize. Sorry, Cabot. No, it's not a G. But you know, running the Mantis angle, the FDF kit. Shout out to Josiah Fillets. Definitely. I designed it. Right.
I designed it.
That's kind of his thing right now. I like it.
Last time, yep.
Yeah. He's doing a good job, man. He's having a lot of fun. Canadian driver that's developing the whole FDF kit, but a lot of drivers running that, but there are options when it comes to suspension. That is definitely a big option. So Mr. Lawns there, you said no sympathy, but you know, I'm surprised you have mechanical sympathy, but you got to work on it.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I know how much it costs.
Right. All right, well, Lawns will lead. He had a very successful Connecticut. He was on the podium. Let's see if he can repeat that once again. He didn't have to fight for his spot to party here, but this young buck here is definitely a Grom when it comes to the rest of the field here. Lawns, look at the angle, so dialed in. Look at that. Lawns puts it exactly where it needs to be. Good transition. I mean, he's making this look really easy. Massive angle, and
you did it.
Checked up. A big backfire there. Oh, man. He was on it, dude.
He was on it.
He made that look so easy. That's what I said. He said easy, and he shut it down. Oh, such a bummer for him.
Uh-oh, we got a fire there.
Yeah, we got a tire fire, so.
You better run it to max.
Yeah.
Post haste here.
Hopefully
where's the spotter? Tell the spotter to boot scoot to the finish line or the start line.
Yeah, we got some good flames. Jam over there. Whoever spotter is,
gas is on the right.
Get over there. So what that is basically a lot of the tire debris. Yeah, keep
going.
All right. So again, Lawns. Yeah, pull over.
There we go. He found the skinny pedal, and Max will take care of him.
Yep. Make sure he's good.
He might have put it out with the speed.
Yeah. Yep. Just up in there.
But what happens is all those dust, rubber particles, and it doesn't take much to just. It's like a haystack in there.
Yeah, it just accumulates. We see this with a few different vehicles and builds,
right.
Just where the exhaust kicks out. And I remember Forsberg used to catch on fire all the time, like with a previous Z, and then all Jerry Yang's cars,
right?
they're just so combustible for whatever reason.
We know which ones are about to go, so we keep an eye on them. But look at the angle here that you mentioned there in the live action here through the inner clip. I think it kind of shook Cardoso. Like, you then never fully recovered, but then he got this little gift here of Lawns just over-rotating and parking it. I don't know what happened. It started on fire. I don't know.
Dude.
That's such an upset. You can see him, look at that angle, just pouring it all there through the inner clip as we get back down here. Maybe we can deduce it here later with Justin smashes that full angle here. Car rotates. And I think it was just too aggressive. It was obviously very independent. Very cool shot there as the backfire, the anti-lag or such, ignited the rear well of that car. So look at this here. Poof. Wow. One for the highlight reel, Jared.
Right. All right, so we are looking at, again, we had that come to a halt, and we talked about and bigged up Lawns on what we could expect, but unfortunately it came to a halt. Fans there on the grassy knoll tuning in and watching, throwing the horns, getting excited about their respective drivers, and we are going back to Heischman and Stewart after that contact. We saw Stewart get into the back end of Heischman, and again, the tire was deflated. That's you.
But it was, yeah. Yeah, and that run was a complete run. We just had to kind of do our due diligence with the contact. So no one's at a deficit or anything. It was a very, very clean run otherwise. So besides for Stewart's bumper and fender, they were abandoned.
Yep. All right, we saw kisses on the track. We haven't seen any kisses in the crowd. Maybe we can get the kiss cam going there. The Santa Coldplay concert. So as Josh Stewart will now lead, and Heischman will chase him down. So again, little. It's not
Commander.
It's the Commander. So again, they had that contact without an incomplete and incidental tire damage. As Stewart, you can see the Stewart fam do a little dance. Get down tonight. Here we go, and the lights will extinguish and send it down the pipe. Let's see Stewart out front again. Hopefully they're strapped in as we are raising corn. Here we go. So Stewart goes in. And Stewart, he is really high in the bank. Heischman, wow, he is on the wrong side. Explodes that front arch. The bumper's falling off, regardless of the tire. PSI, Stewart seems to be running away with this because Heischman in chase position is just all over the place. Tags that back bumper. Oof. Ooh. Yeah, got a little sloppy in that chase position there from Heischman.
Yeah, a little bit to unpack here. Heischman did a sacrificial to his line there after the bank here, but look at Stewart here. Oh, looks like
tapped.
Yeah, okay.
He tapped out the gate
tapped in there.
initiation.
That's gonna be the crux of the situation here. 1, 2, 3 tires off. Haven't got an official word, but I'm guessing 3 tires is an incomplete for this round. Trying to get the judge's attention here, but yeah. So basically, Heischman's run is essentially over at that point. So Stewart kind of out on his own despite having a chase car. 3. Yeah, okay. Confirmed 3 tires is off, so we can see that initiation. Boom, he hugged that wall. That's his motto there. He just squeezed a little too hard and threw him off course there. So that's, you can see there very blatantly 3 tires off. End of story. So I think we know what's going to happen here for that Maryland Motorworks Mustang of Adam Heischman.
Unfortunately, need a little bit more Old Bay on that Maryland Motorworks vehicle. Classic Maryland season and Hun. Get some scrapple and cook it up.
Yeah, I wonder if
that back left.
Yep. Wonder if that messed up with the fuel cell back there and jostled the fuel pump or something.
Yeah, very unfortunate there for Heischman, but yeah, I think we'll know the outcome here. Yeah, the front fender.
The Leadus.
Ricky. Such a bummer. Dude, look at that. Look at the size of the turbo on that thing.
You can't take that away from him. That's his favorite new toy.
He doesn't even fly here anymore. He rides on that thing.
Yeah.
All right, so Josh Stewart looks like he gets the victory. Josh Stewart, the Commander, gets the win in the Corvette. Let's throw down to Lorette Nickel. Lorette, what's cooking?
Oh, so much. First of all, I want to say happy birthday to Elise. She turned 14 today. Jason Webb, you said that battle with Ryan Kaufman, you guys stepped it up. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, that was an intense battle. I gave the best lead run I could, and in the chase, I know we were a bit quick on the banks. I gave him a little bit of a gap on the bank, but it was a bit too much, and we stayed consistent with that gap throughout. And Justin told me on the radio, he's like, dude, I think this is going one more time. He's like, you need to stick it in his beeping door. And it, of course, it went one more time, and I tried to do the exact same lead run I did on the first run. And then the second run, I was like, I got to get in his door. But it's so sketchy on the bank, knowing exactly when to slow down before the car in front. Because if I slow down a hair, the touch after he did, I'm bashing him and putting him in the wall. So I got to kind of preempt when he's slowing down. And as soon as you start slowing down the bank, it just pulls you down. So he gave me the best lead run the whole weekend I've had. We actually lined up next to each other in practice, and he got someone else to go in front because he's like, I don't want you following me in practice. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, best 2 runs of the weekend. He came over here. He gave me a big hug. He's stoked. So thank you, Ryan Kaufman. That was an amazing run.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much. Some aggressive and intelligent moves being made on the track.
Thank you, Lorette, and thank you, Mr. Webb. How we doing, y'all? Got to bring out the kids. Got that Cletus hat on there, brother. Look at this guy. Yep, he's hyped. He's hyped. He knows. Yep, that's right. All right, when we come back, more drifting action here. Round 3 of the Link Engine Management PROSPEC Championship. Don't go anywhere.
vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
The best machines have a heart, and it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
My name is Kevin Wells, competition director of Formula Drift. We did some course changes. Hopefully we don't have a lot of oil downs and cleanups. So let's check it out.
Whoa! Shanahan wrong way! And Shanahan goes into the wall.
I've done some stupid stuff before with this fucking definitely the stupidest one.
Oh my! Front wheels come off the ground on the truck?
I don't know if the front wheels came off, but that like, whoa!
Okay. We've got a lot of damage. So I think I'm gonna cut this branch, and then I'll lift it straight up, and then we'll pull the car out front.
There's enough stuff here. They might be able to put it back together. He's got till what, Saturday?
We're going to do another thing. Actually, the first rescinding.
Wow, I'm so honored.
On the way.
Oh, what's that? Is that Kevin's corner? Dang.
Holy that was fucking awesome.
Welcome back as we are seeing that is Heischman getting towed off, and we are hearing that unfortunately Braden Lons, who had a very good Connecticut, is unfortunately knocked out in 32. So Cabot Cardoso, excuse me, receives a gift, and it's not even Christmas, dude. I mean, it's July 31st. It's halfway. We're halfway.
Yeah.
Christmas in July, dude. We're halfway through the year. Holy cow.
Yeah, this has been a crazy year, and it's been going by so fast, and we've seen a lot of driving on both series. It's just been amazing.
Yeah, halfway through the season, halfway through the year, so very exciting stuff. But like I said, Lons is not able to make it, so this will be a bye run for Cardoso, and he will advance on. We're officially more than halfway through. Stands filling up here a little bit. The clouds coming in. We are seeing a little bit of forecast of some weather by comparison to yesterday here. As this guy's got a California hat on, all the way from California, bro. Sipping on that drink. Hopefully, just chilling. What's in the cup, sir? What's in the cup? I'm on to you, dude. I'm on to you, brother. All right, so here comes the FDF Race Shop S chassis, as Cardoso will have a bye run and advance on. He will be going against the winner of the next battle, which will be Christopher Leonard and Dustin Farrell.
Oh, yeah.
Excited for that?
No, because it's two homies. I want them both to win, and I can't.
That's so sweet of you. So sweet of you.
But I mean, yeah, I'm excited in a different way, I guess. But yeah.
We were just talking about different venues and things. Drift Appalachia going down. Be sure to check that out. I know they're doing a really cool event with Chelsea Denofa. Be sure to check that out. Also, my girl Sarah and the Brainerd Raceway up in Brainerd, Minnesota. Really cool event we had earlier this year with Chris Forsberg. Cody Buchanan was there. Obviously, Aiden Copham, Copham, and the Sea-Boys were out there. So be sure to check out Brainerd International Raceway. Another Octane Auto Fest going down later this year at Brainerd, Minnesota. Right now, the show is Kevin Cardoso, and he is getting a buy run, a gift, as Braden Lawns, who was on the podium in Connecticut, unfortunately, had a banger of a run, probably the smoothest, most just out the gate dialed run, but at right there at that point, rotates, catches fire, fortunately got put out, but for whatever reason, over-rotated, spun out, and is unable to fix his car, so Cabot gets the victory and moves on into the 16.
Yeah, I can only speculate, Jared, if that the result of that fire had anything to do with that, because the car didn't look like terribly damaged externally, but maybe that something else transpired from that. So unfortunately, we'll see him next round as Christopher Leonard and Dustin Farrell pull onto the track into our double burnout box. And here is our top 16 drivers so far. We got Dimitri Brewski, Sam Magmumi starting us off there. Sean Booth and Corey Talaska. That's going to be a real heater here. And Carson Ruger against Colin Selinsky. Jason Webb going against Commander Josh Stewart. And the winner of this battle will go against, who we just saw the bye run.
Yeah, I see. I just got a message from, speaking of cool events, Mad Mike, the MM Summer Bash going on later this year. It is TBD. Always go there the first weekend of December, but talking to Mike at Goodwood Festival Speed, we'll see what happens. But he's like, bro, I wish I was at Indy. Track looks sick. He says wall slides everywhere. Mad Mike.
I thought you were gonna say that like in his
no,
accent.
He's like, I'm down. Mike, come on out, dude. We love you. Miss you in the Formula Drift camp, but I feel like I see him more now than ever. Yeah. So had a lot of fun with Bullet out in Greece. So yeah, it's really cool to see where drifting's at. We just had Goodwood Festival Speed, a bunch of drivers, including Mike, Chris Forsberg, Matt Field, Ryan Turk from FD, but Bagsy, Baggioni, Axel Hodges in the rotary Volvo wagon. Have you seen that thing?
What? That vaguely. Yeah, it comes to mind.
Yeah, it was awesome. So, all right, action right now. We're talking about Chris Leonard and Dustin Farrell. So, Chris Leonard shaking that mullet out, baby. Let's see if we can drag that mullet on the wall. See what he's got for us. And Dustin Farrell, your Arizona boy. Queen Creek? Right there in QC. Yeah. QCAZ. Dustin Farrell. All right, here we go. Chris Leonard. That mullet likes to party, but Dustin Farrell a little higher on the bank there. Now, see what Leonard, wow, nasty with that snappy. Now, both of them getting into the dirt, flirting with the dirt in there. Dustin living up to his name. He's dusting the course. As maybe a little Farrell cat here will come winding it up there. Chris Leonard coming back down. These guys are loose, dude. Man, throw another little torque on that thing, man. They're getting really loose.
Wow, that was to be expected. Chris Leonard's kind of coming in his own in that Mustang. I feel like he's getting way more comfortable as the years progress, and Farrell standing right there with him in that pocket. He need to be a little closer, but you can see how wide Leonard was there as they both. Now, I felt like he got led in that. There was 1, 2, 3 with Farrell, but I felt like he got led. I've seen some nods from the judges. Thank you, guys. And then Farrell really cut the line there to gain that proximity. That's going to be a deduction on his behalf, as Leonard does draw a good line on the later half of the course here. So let's check out our view from Justin Smash as we get through to outer zone 5. And Dustin Farrell here, you can see that mistake there. Really sacrificing the line to get that proximity. That's going to be a big deficit on his behalf, as before with that 3 tires off, he got let in, so that's not going to be an incomplete as we reverse roles, and Farrell will get the clean air out front, and Chris Leonard and that Mustang will give chase.
Taking a look, like you said, Dustin out front, and yeah, like you said, moments where he got pinched out, moments where he shot it on the inside. I think what will really be dominant here is that he puts down a really killer run, but look at Leonard, aggressive out of the gate as the hood's flapping in the wind here, but Dustin smooth, but needs to tighten it up. He brings it back into that outside zone. Leonard tucking in, really tight, almost exceeding there, but aggressive. Look at Leonard. He's so comfortable in that Mustang, as you said, but Dustin now snaps it back. Leonard, really predictive.
Yeah.
You see how predictive he was on that last outside clip?
Yeah, I want to see that from the overhead. That was good stuff.
But he was shallow. He wasn't all the way out there. So, again, these guys are both just a little too loose right now. Tighten it up.
If it went one more time, you can kind of see what that goes. But we'll get to that later. It's Leonard putting on the pressure here as Farrell does a good job riding that bank. Kind of had the same line wide as Leonard did, but also very wide there. Leonard trying to push Farrell through the course here as Farrell does a good job of that outside zone. Skin of the face of the bumper off of there as he just puts on the pressure through that second to last outer clip, and then again, great job just timing those transitions in that chaser. That's going to be a hard one to. We got a lot of give and take, but I feel like Leonard just had a few less mistakes. But he did lead Dustin off course in the Cleveland. Maybe we get a side by side. I couldn't check that out, but that one really shined me on, Jared. I don't know about you, but that was a really good transition there. And of course, that's where Farrell had that really sacrificed angle. He dove way too shallow, where Leonard just kind of one-upped him in that chase position in that portion of that course.
And by comparison previously to that of Webb and Kaufman, Webb in the green Mustang, Kaufman in the FCRX7, I talked about patience, right? These guys lack that. These guys lack, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it was just a lot more aggressive, and they were just like, what's next, what's next, what's next? It's like they weren't willing to let, you know what I mean? Like
they're hungry. Big dogs gotta eat.
Like I said, they were just a little looser, but just that caused them to be like more aggressive and just right there, as opposed to being patient, getting the car placed right. So, I mean, this is I need 4 eyes to watch this thing.
Yeah, this is what I want to see.
This
here
is
like, so we got similar lead runs up to that point. Like Leonard kind of lost momentum there more, and he was actually off way there. That's what led Farrell off on the left side there. But here's where the crux of Dustin's situation is, that sacrificial of that line where Leonard stayed way more true to his chase, and the proximity was somewhat similar. I think as a razor edge, Leonard had a little more towards the end, but there's a lot of mistakes. If it goes one more time, these guys are going to really turn it up here.
All right, what do we have here? Dustin Farrell gets 1 vote, 2 votes, and 3 votes. So Dustin Farrell, I'd love Reese to jump on the headset there, because there was a lot to unpack, dissect, and elaborate and articulate on. So briefly, as we have cars on the line there, Reese.
Yeah, so we're watching the battle here. We can see when they're going into the first outer zone, Chase driver does a really good job there, Tyler. And then going into the inner clip, let's wait for the replay,
dude, we got cars
yeah, going into the inner clip, you can see that there was a little bit of separation. The big thing is we do see that in the Chase driver, when he crests up into outside zone 6, he does cut the shallow line. But at least for me, it was ultimately more on the Chase driver that he cut the inside line and then led the guy off, didn't give him the space, and he edged him out there. For
basically a bigger mistake, essentially.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we can get into that, because again, we have cars online. So Aiden Copham got him. Copham, again, from that Brader International Raceway I was just talking about. I know Sarah and the Miss Copham are here in the building. So Christian Catrone in that Corvette chasing down this new Z as
restart?
Restart? I don't
Race
think
control
so.
Crystal, I don't know.
I think he just shut it down, unfortunately.
Just a clean start, but a bad start for the lead.
All right, so a little interesting here. Don't know if it was a restart or a Cobham shut it down.
Maybe a busted car. He's still rolling.
So Cobham is rolling through. Don't know exactly what happened here.
You can text your boy.
Yeah, Christy and Stephanie from Brainerd are in the building.
Tow truck's coming out, so I'm guessing.
So
no, they're just restaging.
So interesting. So Copham left the start line, and I think something happened. So
maybe he lost a gear misshift and just decided to. But that's odd. Like, even if you've seen guys miss a shift, they're going to grab the gear.
Yeah.
Hopefully get it back lit up, but very uncharacteristic, because that car is really well sorted. You know, he's got a good crew backing him up, of course. You know, with the Forsberg team, and yeah, that's very odd. Without having any more insight, we can only speculate so much.
Yeah, I'd love to know what went down here. His spotter, one of his best friends, he's a drifter as well.
Maybe Max will have some insight for us.
So yeah, that is not a restart. Don't know exactly what happened.
I feel some intel coming in. So let's see here. He's got the tires lit. He's going through the chicane. And he forgot to. He thought it was a restart. but
where?
That's a bomber, dude.
Why would he use it to restart? So we're just up here.
Maybe he thought he hit a cone. I've seen this happen on just a few times where some drivers think that it should have been a restart, and then they're like trying to penalize themselves. But you just got to go until someone else says stop.
That is a total unfortunate mental lapse there for Copham.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh man, that is really, really unfortunate. I mean, we know what Aiden's capable of. He's been really patient, and he's really, you know, just having to get to know him. Aiden slow up. What is happening? So Aiden comes to a halt.
Are you okay?
Now, yeah, Christian Catrone. So he has to navigate the course still, even though Copham is not following him. Don't know exactly what's going on, but Copham comes to a halt in the chase position. But so
so we know the reason
very
why
unusual
for the lead, but I got to know what's happening in the chase.
No, his spotter, he's black T-shirt, he's over there, or he's on the top, he's on the roof. I think his spotter's on the roof. Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah, that is really, really wild.
You know, as the dust settles here, I mean, we can, at face value anyway, without knowing any more information, that looks like it's 2 incompletes for Copham.
Yeah. So I mean, rolls off the start immediately.
Down, even earlier than
like,
before.
Yeah, just goes for another gear, and I don't know if it popped out or what.
Yeah, that's super weird.
Okay, so
this time it broke.
So this time it did break. So broken axle. So very unfortunate for Copham, rolling off the line, and just like that, the BIR Brainerd International Raceway Z is out. But Christian definitely got a gift there, but he completed his runs. So let's throw it down to Lorette Nickel. Lorette.
Hi, guys. Well, Josh Stewart, I'm so happy for you. First top 16 of the season. And guys, he's had a body panel delete. The car is in quite a state right now, Josh. But you made a lot of updates from Connecticut to here. Yeah, so walk us through that.
So Connecticut, like we got very first lap out, put it in fourth gear and clutch kicked it and it fell on its face. So we made a lot of changes to try to get a little more power out of it. Updated the exhaust, different throttle body, tried to get it to breathe better. Got it on a dyno in Tennessee. We moved out east now, so Ronan Brothers got it on the dyno. My buddy Danny, Unrivaled Tuning, went in, spiced it up, and we gained like almost 100 horsepower. So it's making all the difference for the big track.
And that must do a lot for your confidence too on a track like this.
Absolutely. You want to know it really hurts your confidence when you go into a wall and you clutch kick it and the car falls on its face. So yes, it has helped tremendously.
And you are going to be going against Jason Webb in top 16. Yep. So what are your expectations?
Jason Webb's been killing it. We had a practice run in Atlanta when it was super wet, and we maybe have touched a little bit, so maybe we'll just revisit that. Just have fun.
Let's see what happens in top 16. Josh, thank you so much.
All right, there it is. Jerry Johnson, Adam Knapik. This is these two. If they could run off the energy of these drivers, these cars would be 1,000 horsepower, just naturally aspirated. Yeah. I mean, these two great big personalities here. Jerry Johnson building that new car.
Both new dads.
Yeah, both new dads. And oh, look at that! So Jerry Johnson initiates Knapik. Gets a little squirrely there in that chase position. Johnson settled. He does overshoot that inside clip as Johnson refines the right line. And the 97, the nose on fire, now coming into the second to last. Oh, smashes that back left corner. Wow.
Not a lot of overhang on those vets,
No.
But
oh, boy, that could really be detrimental to the outcome of this run. He overcooked it and that back left, and that was a total isolated incident. Knapik did not affect that, so I'm sure he's checking the tire to see if it's on there, because that was a hard hit.
All right, let's see what happened with Knapik here on the run-up. He looked like he was going to be pretty aggressive, but then the car gripped up. That's an incomplete in my eyes, Jared. Well, yes, judges, thank you, sirs. And Jerry getting a little wide out there. So basically, after that, Knapik is just kind of the trailer to Jerry's ship here as we get around the course. Bam! You can see all the fiberglass just exploding out of the back of that Corvette. And I'd like to get a look at it. I think that tire's still okay. They're lined up right now, but Knapik, unfortunately, is going to have a huge deficit going into the second half of this battle as Jerry is swinging that Corvette. We expected him to use the skinny pedal, and he sure did, as he gives the crowd a nice show there, and right in front of him as he finishes out. Another look at that 97 Corvette, just absolutely obliterating. I mean, seriously, I think that crash structure, it looked worse than it was, because fiberglass just likes to explode just like that. A bunch of confetti, like a pinata. And he went right back up to the line. I don't know if maybe Justin or Jesse could sneak on over there to the left rear.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
yeah, the tire looks square. I mean, it's round, but you know what I mean.
Looks okay, yeah. Yeah, I think the wall was made of paper mache as opposed to the car, because, like you said, it could have been fiberglass, but just that shrapnel just getting shot up.
Amazing, yeah. I love that they pull right up to the line like nothing happened.
Yeah, that's
that's Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, let's consider this. Jerry, I think, got a little bit of a gift there with Knappich straightening out on initiation of the. Oh boy, that is.
What NASCAR driver did that? That's not a bold move here.
Yeah, no, that's the watermelon man.
Yeah.
Oh man, so unfortunately, that's going to be an incomplete 1 and 2.
That's 2 in a row now. We've had double incompletes, Jared.
Yeah,
the
Knappich.
the second half of
Jerry doesn't need to finish that run, by the way.
But it's smart.
Yeah, it's just burning, getting familiar with the course, but very unfortunate for Knappich. Like I said, and both these guys new fathers, but he rode that wall for quite a bit. You can see that left leaning here. This isn't a round car. It's staggered.
I mean, Jerry was right there. That could have gotten way worse for Jerry there, but everybody hands off to him to keep the car. Like I said, it was smart for Jerry to continue on. He had a little boop, but this is a great check. We're not going to get any more practice, so hats off to him to giving us a show and a test for his vehicle as he swings it around there and redeems himself on that corner. Comes out of there clean through the finish. So I think we know how this is going to go. With 2 incompletes on Adam there, he just overcooked it. He just could have been offset a little more to the right, and he would have been a lot better in shape.
Oh man, the wall is always you fight the wall and the wall wins, man. So very, very unfortunate. So
it is what it is.
Yeah. It is very unfortunate. So you can see Knappich out of the car, the donut elf. S chassis, and Jerry Johnson will get the victory. Jerry Johnson, congratulations to him. Knappich is knocked out. So very unfortunate for Knappich, but Jerry Johnson reaps the rewards, as we can see. Just nice and personal. That's, guys, that's the portion where Jerry hit, I assume.
I think it's where everybody hit.
Yeah,
a lot of rubber laid down here between the dust. I mean, you can only estimate the weight of the tires left on the track.
All right, yeah, we are 3/4 of the way through. We got the Sorensens, we got the younger brother, the sister, we got Jimenez, Bystrack. Yeah, we got quite a few drivers. Casey Cole, Dempster, Kelsey Ron. We come back, more action here in round 3 of the Lincoln Management ProSpec Championship.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports has taken me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
The best machines have a heart, And it's your responsibility to protect what drives you forward. Because when the heart performs, everything performs. No limits, no compromises, pure performance. Ineos.
Lots of big moves being made by Dustin, and so happy we're going to see you in top 16. Welcome back from break, everyone. Dustin, it's been, let's call it a roller coaster of a season for you, but do you feel like you're finally gaining momentum?
Finally feel like it after, Connecticut having the issue at the starting line. Now we're finally through that. We're into 16, so I finally get that big relief off my shoulders. There's always a 32. You're just like, oh no, I want to win this so I can keep going on and hang out with the boys.
Yeah, and the top 32 is the most nerve-wracking, right?
It's the worst. The finals is nothing at the end. It's a 32. You're like, oh no, I don't want to lose.
But you got it, and again, that momentum on your side. What are you hoping to accomplish today?
We're trying to go to the box every time.
I love that. All right, Dustin, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Lorette, as we take a look at Adam Knapik is continuing to get off the course here as he had a little bit of a wall ride here at the fourth to last battle here of our top 32 in PROSPEC, and no other than Indianapolis Raceway Park. Shout out to our crew here, getting that car situated and our track cleaned up. Ricky loves that blower, and we love a clean course. What do you say, Jared?
Yeah, want to make sure that obviously everything is up to snuff, and we've talked about the wall that we have erected to block that leading edge, but that wall has come into play not as much as just the initiation wall, just the outside zone one. So as we take a look at our championship standings, Dimitri Grudzki leads, Jerry Johnson's still part of the conversation, where Sam, but about to see Cameron, Sean's in it, Dustin's in it. So I always say PROSPEC Championship is more difficult than Pro because there's only 4 rounds. So literally every advancement in the bracket matters. Even more critical because it's more concentrated. It's like concentrated orange juice. You get that can. It's all that versus water. Not saying watering it down, because 8 rounds you can make some things up, but we just know what's at stake. But PROSPEC 4 rounds as opposed to 8.
Yeah. And speaking of wall, there's our Heichman. He got edged out here, but he's wall hugs Mustang there. Make sure you get all the drivers beach. We got an open paddock here in Formula Drift, so make sure you support your drivers and
buy some gear, get some swag.
Absolutely.
See what's up. We have a dedicated autograph session later today, and local time's 4 o'clock. Taking a look at the schedule, autograph signing is 5:30 to 6:30 in the pits, and that happens at every round of Formula Drift, so be sure to check the schedule at future rounds, either it be Seattle, Las Vegas, or LB2, the Shoreline Showdown. Tickets are on sale now, so be sure to check that out. As again, we have Formula Drift Seattle, August 21st and 22nd. Then we make our way to Las Vegas. That's going down September 24th through the 26th, and then our final round will be in Long Beach, October 23rd and 24th, to crown a 2026 Pro Champion. But again, PROSPEC concludes in Las Vegas there in September. All right, patience is what you ask for, and the challenge is real, so thank you so much as we are cleaning things up here. Man, yeah, the Midwest Mayhem living up to its name here in PROSPEC. And like I said, the forecast is saying it's gonna get wet. It's gonna get a little slippery. It's wet. For quote Family Guy there. But we will see how everything unfolds here. But yeah, I'm seeing a hydrologic outlook. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming. So we will see how things unfold. It might not be today, but tomorrow is looking pretty promising. So we will see how things unfold, transpire here. But like I said, Midwest Mayhem living up to the name. Oof.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Love the livery, but man, yeah, there's
a donut.
Donut hit that wall because it bites back. You can see all the red names advancing on. So you can see Cole and Dempster, Bystrack, Rasheki there, and Nick Jimenez, Amanda Sorensen. And so just a few drivers left. And Jimenez, Amanda Sorensen, talking about Cameron. But, yep, And thank you so much for joining us out here at an exciting round of Formula Drift competition. So things filling up here for round 3 and tomorrow round 5 of the Pro Championship. GT Radial Top 32. Cameron Sorensen and Kelsey Rawlings going to be making their way, as Cameron, the youngest, 14 years young. So, yeah, so Cameron, the youngest kid ever to podium.
Yeah, we're like, how many generations are we into FD now? Like when you think about like the drivers, so they're like the
Ken
third or
Gucci,
fourth.
Papa Gucci, you know, Rod Millen competed in Formula Drift at one point, Reese Millen.
Papa Sorensen.
There's Randy Sorensen in the building. Got eyes on the Pops there. And yeah, we know we'll see Brandon tomorrow. Brandon's definitely Randy comes from the truck world, the desert world, so they spend time between Nevada and Utah. So definitely came from the off-road world, truck, short course, long course, talking about open desert. So things like Score, Best in the Desert. So definitely has some racing pedigree there for the Sorensen family, even a little bit of figure skating. So maybe that figure skating applies. Amanda.
Oh, really?
Amanda
okay,
was,
I didn't know that.
She was a figure skater. So not a lot of people. Sorry if I outed you, Amanda, but I think she's brought that up before.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the biggest analogies in drifting. It's like the figure skating of motorsports.
Totally.
Which takes, you know,
Yep.
its own strengths.
Yep. All right. So, all right. Let's see what kind of words come out of this gentleman's mouth. The cat daddy, Jerry Johnson.
It's always a surprise, isn't it? Jerry, let's talk about cats. Let's talk about Sadie and baby Tom. Congratulations. Your son was born, and I know you miss him.
You know, I am here. I've been missing him. Feeling a little homesick. Still like cats. Still love Sadie. She's the best. We just learned the track surface is changing a little bit, and we're going to get ready for top 16. I'm going to drive a little bit differently. We're taking a slightly different approach this weekend.
Okay. Well, can we talk about that approach, because you kind of kissed the wall? So what's the change of approach that you're going to take in top 16?
Well, you know, number one was that's how we found the track surface change. You know, because we're like, all right, a little less grip. We were deep in the wall, backing it into the wall. Not what you should do. We need taillights. We need bumpers. We need it all. I'll be honest. But the approach, we're going to settle her down a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. I don't want to settle her down too much, I'll be honest. But, Snacks, I love you. I miss you. I miss Tom. Honestly, I miss everybody, and I love drifting. Woo!
I don't know that we can add anything to that. But, Jerry, you said you're going to back it down a little bit, top 16, but we're still bringing that, Jerry, energy, right?
So I'm going to be honest, I don't really know how to back it down, so we're still just going to run it 10 out of 10.
All right. He's going to figure it out on the track, top 16. So excited for you. And again, congratulations, new dad. Hello to Sadie. We miss you dearly. We love this guy. You're the best, Jerry.
He's on fire. Whoa, he's loving the car. All right. All right. He said, I'm going to dial it down. Not too much. Just gonna. Actually, I'm not going to dial it down.
I don't even know. Yeah, like he doesn't know how.
No. It just full ball of energy. That's why I say if you could run the car off of their energy, it'd be naturally aspirated 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah, off of Johnson Hall.
Yep. All right, so we are looking at Cameron Sorensen. Talked about him, 14 years young, in that Optima Batteries BMW Sorensen Motorsports vehicle, red, white, and blue on the roof. And Cameron just lets the car do the talking. And oh wow, full detail on the nose of that car. Okay, relax, dude.
That's a mustache.
Yeah,
a mustache.
Yeah. All right, so. Okay, he's like I said, there he is.
He's like the Monopoly man.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Kelsey Rawlings pulling up to the line. Let's see what Kelsey's got for us. She fought for this position in seating brackets yesterday, but Cameron sitting comfortably after a successful round 2 in Connecticut. Currently sits 6th in the championship. So let's see if he can keep this momentum coming to us from the great Northeast here to the Midwest. Let's get the thumbs up from the drivers, and we'll be rip-roaring and ready to go. And looks like, yeah, we are clear to send. Cameron Sorensen, Kelsey Rawlings in that chase position. Cameron initiates, lights up those tires, no problem for him. Kelsey Rawlings down on the bank, a little late to launch, down on the power, it seems like, by comparison to Cameron, but now strikes the match. And now bringing it on home is Cameron. Kelsey now catches up, going to the bank. Whoa, getting very aggressive, almost exceeding Cameron Sorensen. So got a little sketchy 5,000 there towards the end.
Yep, I would have to agree there. It was you know, before we get to that overhead view, looked uncharacteristically aggressive from the Kelsey camp here as Cameron throws it in there in that BMW, and Kelsey a little failure to launch it. I see that might be on the razor edge of an incomplete there, but let's see here. Cameron a little wide on the inner clip, but he does make up for it, drawing a nice line. Kelsey late to transition to mimic, not really getting in the pocket. Cameron takes out one of the clipping points of that outer zone, does a great job getting there, but look at Kelsey throwing on the pressure as does a great job of mimicking that, almost rotating, but then falls out of the pocket right before the finish line. So good job in that last portion of that chase as we check out Justin Smash's point of view as we get to the later half of this course. Right behind Kelsey, giving chase to Cameron as they get nice and personal to each other right before that finish line. Cameron checking all the boxes, nothing too crazy. The only thing kind of nitpicky is the coming off the bank, he was just a touch wide in that inner clip. So let's see if Kelsey can check those boxes as well as Cameron gives chase.
Yeah, so again, just taking a look at that, assessing Kelsey Rawlings a little late and low on that initiation, so Cameron having to digest that and having to navigate that. Hopefully Kelsey can find that special sauce here on this lead run in order to advance on. She's really going to need to rise to the occasion and rise up on that wall, get close to that outside zone 1 and execute a good lead run. Kelsey initiates, so she's right on that razor's edge. Cameron a little higher, but maybe give himself some distance. Kelsey now tight to that inside clip. Again, very similar placement to where Cameron is at. Now Cameron gains some ground here. How much and how aggressive should he be? And Kelsey comes around into this last outside zone. So
not quite apples and oranges, but kind of tomato as far as comparison. But
yeah,
Cameron was a little. He was like his line, if he was on a lead run in that chase, it would have been great, but he needed to be right where Kelsey was if we're talking about mimicking. So only big takeaway from his chase there. Kelsey did a great job in the inner clip, a little closer than Cameron was, but kind of dropped a tire or two there through that third inner zone, excuse me, as Cameron laying it wide there in that chase. Didn't see that in the live action as Kelsey not as close to the wall as Cameron was, but Cameron does a great job waiting to attack there right before the finish line, kind of sealing off his chase run there as we take another look through that second to last outer clip, if you will, and seeing his attack just get right back in that pocket. Really well executed there. So now it's up to the judges.
Yeah, I mean, I
think they left it in the judges' hands ultimately.
I kind of beg to differ with you just because if I'm Cameron, I'm a little trepidatious on being aggressive on that chase run because just given where Kelsey was at and as far as, you know, she's back there quite a bit. So you don't want to be too aggressive and then in the back of Kelsey. So let's make it official though. Cameron Sorensen gets the win unanimously. Again, just Kelsey was just a little inconsistent on that run. So if I'm chasing that, that's going to be really hard to follow, and you don't want to end up biting yourself and, you know, kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, kind of replaying in my head, I can see like going from outer 3 to 4, the car kind of gripped up in her lead run and kind of fell short there. So I can see the inconsistencies you're speaking to.
Oh man, we are hearing that Bystrack is out.
What?
Yeah, such a bummer for him. So yeah.
Do we know why?
Do not know why. Saw him yesterday, but do not. Oh man, what a bummer. Bystrack is out. All right, so again, the Sorensen pops right there watching. Pronunciation of how you write his name. You wrote his name earlier. Where'd that go? Write it out for me. All right, so again, here we are. We are taking a look as we are seeing the Lordco Racing Nissan Z advancing on with Bystrack out as Rashetsky initiates. And there it is. And he will get a by run, advancing on to go against either Cody Dempster or Casey Cole. And finally we have Nick Jimenez and Amanda Sorensen. Rashetsky advances on into the top 16. And there's Cameron jumping out of his car. He's got to be stoked. Man, he grew. Looks like he grew a foot from Connecticut, Lorette. I mean, look at him.
Oh my goodness! Well, we have the fan right here, and it is hot. Cam, you were just in the car. You took your helmet off, and I missed the word you said. You said that battle was, what was the word?
A little too close. I think I could have pushed a little harder, but in the end, I made a mistake on the entry. I let her get a little too far, but still got the win. Happy about that. Next, I think I have Jerry Johnson, and I trust him a lot. We're really good friends, and I'm just gonna go up, try to put it on his door as good as I can, and have a really good time.
Amazing, and it's gonna be such a fun battle. In your words, where do you think that you could have pushed a little bit harder in that battle?
The real major improvement I could have made is on the run-up. Okay. I let her get a little too far ahead of me, and then tried to flick in. On the bank, there's really not much you can do to catch up after the entry, but it's still really fun.
All right, amazing. Cam, your sister's up next. Thank you so much. We'll see you in top 16.
All right, Cameron, congratulations. He talks about it and says, I'm ready to throw down with Jerry Johnson, and but he's going against either Casey Cole or Dempster.
Yeah, so
and there's Amanda.
Awesome. Warming up her tires, and there's your stats for you. Both from the Southwest, California. I believe he's stationed in Oklahoma these days, Nick Jimenez, and Sorensen obviously out of the Vegas camp, as we've mentioned many times. Not too much of a horsepower difference there, but definitely a different chassis and drivetrain, as one's a V8, and Jimenez has got the JZ under the hood of that Z, actually. So a couple hybrids, if you will, and you know, as par for course, we're missing body panels already on for this weekend. It's been kind of a trend, if you will.
Yep. All right, so let's take a look here. Nick Jimenez, Amanda Sorensen, and Nick Jimenez will lead. Amanda giving him chase. Here comes Jimenez. Both these drivers were locked and loaded here, and Amanda. Oops. So we're seeing a little wobbling from both the drivers. And it looks like she's finding the car. Jimenez using all the course, stays away from the ball. Amanda had to.
Yeah.
That was a smart move. I'm gonna digest this one real quick.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's keep on keeping on. But holy cow, this is. Let's run it back.
There's no mulligans in drifting unless it's one more time. But
it's not a breakfast ball, dude. All right, so I have some questions here in regards to Jimenez's initiation, placement of the car, and let's try to answer those questions.
Let's see if I can help you, Jared. As Jimenez did a good initiation, but the car seemed to grip up a little bit. I don't feel like that affected Amanda in her chase here, but he went super. I was clinching there as hats off to Amanda showing that temperament to chase. But let's check out this next mistake here as she goes way wide in that chase, kind of almost 1-2 tires off there. So that's very independent in my eyes, and then shuts it down for reasons unknown, but then fires it back up. So I feel like the car may or may not could have blown a belt.
Watch initiation here. She hasn't even initiated at all, and she had a couple distances there.
I didn't even see that or the second time, so maybe
it might not have been the most sterile and clinical initiation by Jimenez, and like you said, he overcooked it, but Amanda did not initiate until like a third way down of that first outside zone. So that's why I didn't, it's hard for me to really digest what went down there because they were both just really sloppy. Unfortunately, I'm just going to.
Jared laying it all out there.
Yeah, I am.
It's round 3. No forgiveness. No.
I mean, they're here for a reason, and it's just
kitty gloves.
Let's get it right. Let's dial it in here. So Amanda's got the clean air. She's in that quad lock Rockstar BMW. A lot more refined there on initiation. Jimenez, he's down there a little bit, and then he goes into the side. But Amanda continues on. Jimenez backs it into the wall. Amanda does need to continue on here. But let's take a look at Amanda here as she continues on into that second to last outside zone. So with the clean air here, so maybe there was something going on with Jimenez in the lead run that threw Amanda off on initiation, but again, it seemed that Jimenez was maybe a little too aggressive.
Yeah, I want to take a look at a couple points here as we obviously have 2 incompletes in chase. I feel. So are we going to go lead to lead? But to your point, was Jimenez's initiation the cause of Amanda's late initiation? I'd like to take another look at that too. Maybe we can get it side by side going and really kind of look into the meat and potatoes here as we take another look at Randy Sorensen on the grassy knoll. So Amanda initiating with 1, 2, 3. Nick Jimenez not right there with it, but he is drifting. Comes in, very aggressive, backs it in. Light little move to the wall. No big deal there as he's already driven off course. And then Amanda, free run there essentially the rest of the time. So Jimenez has a very big incomplete, and Amanda does as well because she had an incomplete later in the course of her chase run. So a lot to unpack here. May go to lead. So we're going to find out here from the judge. Judge, what you were just murmuring with them.
Yeah, I'm just over there. You hit the nail on the head.
Thank you.
The chase runs were essentially incompletes.
Yeah.
You know, just again. So now it goes lead versus lead, and Nick just wasn't where he should have been. When Amanda had that lead run, it definitely leaned towards that. So let's, it falls down to that. So, but
we don't have a decision yet.
Piece of advice. Whoever advances on, you're gonna need to tighten up. You're going against, some
heavy hitters.
Yeah. So obviously we're talking about Rashetsky there. So yeah. So let's take a look here and make it official. Slide him left or slide him right for Amanda Sorensen. Gets the victory there. So again, she's going against Rashetsky, so she will need to tighten it up. He's had a lot of track time here today. He did get in the wall yesterday, but congratulations to Amanda Sorensen. She's joining her brother, Cameron Sorensen, in the top 16. One more battle left. I'm looking at Dempster and Casey Cole. So let's see. As local time here is, we are taking a look, and it's 4:25. We were scheduled to go here just till 5 o'clock, so we do have some time between now and top 16, which begins at 7 o'clock, but we do have our dedicated autograph session. So our final battle of the Link Engine Management ProSpec Championship. Round 3. Again, this is the final battle of top 32. We're looking at Casey Cole and Mr. Dempster. Cole will lead, Dempster chasing him down. All right, so the M-Spec S chassis initiating, leaving Dempster, absolutely dusting the Dempster. Oh my gosh.
Too much.
And Dempster goes hard into the wall. Do we know why there was a delay? These guys are supposed to be like the third to last battle. Was there a comp timeout called previously?
Chris told me earlier that Dempster had to take a competition timeout for reasons unknown to me, but that because even yesterday it seemed like you guys having some issues with the car running plugs and coils. I believe I know it was a Corvette. I may be wrong, but I know Dempster took a competition timeout just before their battle. So now let's talk about. So the contact caused this trunk to open.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, we'll run it back, but Dempster was absolutely ripping, dude. I mean, I don't know if he was driving all the way back home because he was going to end up through that wall. Look how fast
what's he doing? Too much sauce, my dude.
Yeah, Dempster absolutely shellacked that thing with all the sauce.
And Casey kept keeping it
and Casey taps the wall. So a hood hatch or trunk, I think that was cause and effect. He hit the wall.
Yeah.
Yes, trunk flies off. It's gonna happen. Those incidents. I don't think it's a hood hatch or door that was unlatched that caused it to open. I believe the contact, it flies off. That is my knee-jerk reaction. It's the final battle here, and here's the conundrum. If it's Dempster's fault, he used the comp timeout, so he would be done, essentially. Well, it's unfortunate, but that's the harsh reality of what's going on.
Well, there's an incomplete run, but there wasn't contact between them, so there's no fault to be had, right?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So he doesn't have a comp timeout to utilize.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't think that car is going to be able to
All
compete.
right. All right. That's a good sign. Amanda with the beautiful smile there and stoked. She's elated. So good job for Amanda. She advances on. But like I said, you know, her lead run, confident, good. That momentum, she needs to carry that again against Rashetsky. And so we are assessing what's going on here because the dialogue I'm overhearing here is the trunk flies off, but again, so let's isolate drivers here. Casey Cole hits the wall, trunk flies off. Dempster was not part of that equation.
Almost out of frame.
Then okay, so look, here's Casey Cole, ready, and taps the wall, shreds it.
God, he was
Dempster.
He was still bellowing smoke out of the Corvette after the outer zone one.
Dempster's ripping. 3 tires off for Cole.
Really?
And then
okay. Yeah, let's take another look.
Are they're both incomplete, right?
Okay, let's go. Let's play that scenario out. We got 2 incompletes. I believe just that one car is.
And
only
he's rotating. Guys, grab a knee. Let's talk about this.
Yeah, by himself, independently. So if you're Casey Cole in this situation, car is pretty okay. He just has to prove that the car can drift. He pulls up to the line.
But again, this is we're
speculating.
There's no finality here just yet.
Okay.
No, there's no decision just yet. They're still elaborating. And hey, you know what, Lorette? Let's throw it down to you as the judges are discussing what is going on.
Well, a very happy Amanda Sorensen. And did I hear you say you're calm coming out of the car?
Yeah, I think I got all of my anxiousness out when they told me I was supposed to have 2 battles till I went, and then they were like, you're going right now. So we were rushing to the starting line, no time to think. And it was a good battle. I think it was a little bit all over the place, but we're out of top 32, and that's something I've been battling all season. I think it's my first season getting knocked out in top 32 like this, so I've been fighting, but it feels good to go to the tournament.
And was there a little tap from Nick that he gave you?
Yeah, in the chase, he tapped me for sure, and then also in his lead, I thought he was going into the wall. He was full locked up on brakes, and I was almost about to back out of it, and then I was like, oh, he's still going. So props to him for going after that, because I know for sure he was a bit anxious going into that turn.
I bet, well, having to move that quickly when you weren't maybe mentally prepared. But Amanda, your lead runs this year have been amazing. Maybe the chase runs have been a little bit challenging for you?
Yeah, I think I've been really focused on my lead runs and maybe a bit too much, because when it came to chase, I wasn't, I was kind of fighting the chase a lot. But this round, I think the focus is obviously half the battle is just the lead, the other half is the chase. So that's what the focus has been.
Okay. Incredible job. We'll see you in top 16. Great job.
All right, so we're discussing up here, really articulating, unearthing, adhering to the rule book, right?
Yes.
So the situation is that Casey Cole had an incomplete, and because he had an incomplete prior to Dempster going into the wall, the run is done.
We've already mentioned that several times this weekend, and we seem to forget it. You and I.
And what's interesting here is that Dempster was so far back, that incident happened before Dempster went into the wall and had an incomplete himself. But adhering to the rules, the run was done, and 3 wheels are off by Casey Cole before Dempster was even in frame of that. Not throwing shade, just adhering to the rules. Now the scenario is that Casey did drive off. Casey Cole did drive off, right?
Oh.
And yeah, he said on camera. And as we're active up here, our last round of 32. So Casey did drive off.
Right.
And Dempster did utilize his comp timeout, so he basically can't get hands on the car. If Casey's car pulls to line, is able to run, I'm looking at Chris Yule up here, race ops, and basically, correct me if I'm following, shake and nod if you agree with me, but if Casey's car pulls in line, he does have a competition timeout he can utilize, and he can run, he would get the win. So again, Casey, do you want to articulate?
Yeah, he's out front. There's a complete run thus far. He goes out. There's 1 tire, 2, And right there, 3, runs over. Cotty's all by himself. Everything's null and void. And he wrecks his car, basically independently, but it's a moot point. Let's say he did that, 30 feet back. But Casey, still keeping it lit there, his car is obviously going to be able to pull up to the line. Now, in his situation, okay, so he got a D-bead, so he's going to have to use his 5 because he did that on his own accord.
Yes.
And that's what's going to happen. So
right.
I was going to go into, like, I wouldn't use my 5.
Right.
I'd just use my car and then use the time between 32 and 16 to fix it. But so that where he debeated wasn't part of the course. So that was on his own volition. So that's why he has to use his own competition timeout to basically change tires. Right on that, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
So again, debeating the tire, that is part of your equipment. Your car needs to survive tires. Your tires need to survive 2 runs, a lead run and a chase run, or further back, right? So with a debeat, and he says his car is not 100, so he's going to use a comp timeout, get a tire on it, and then if he pulls the line, able to run, he will advance on the 16.
Right.
If he's unable to fix his car and pull to the line, obviously a tire is easier than fixing a car.
Oh.
If he's unable to pull on, I believe I think Cole would advance on.
Oh, that's right, because it's.
Or would he?
Because it's an independent incomplete.
What if I'm talking to the judges and talking to the fans here, because comp timeout. We'll figure out what all this means as Dempster gets towed back, but he can't get hands on the car. He's basically retired. The scenario and all the power lies in Casey Cole's hands. But while we're in a break and while this continues, we're putting them all to sleep here in top 32, rocking. Rocking a baby. We'll be right back. Go ahead.
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports has taken me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts has help. Need some advice? We got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon Image ProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
The Type S Finals. They are here. Frederick Osbo, our current points leader, is going against arguably one of the most popular drivers in the field, Adam LZ.
Whether you're an active drifter or you are an aspiring drifter, these are the sort of runs and the type of driving that we all want to do. You're leaving it all on the table and you're risking a little bit and you're fighting whatever you've been struggling with, and you're able to get that part a little bit better. It's the best feeling in the world. So now it's about calming down and just freaking driving.
Who's gonna get the win? Light up the night, New Jersey, E-Town. Let's send it! Frederick Osbo initiates in that first outside zone. He places it nice and proper. Adam LZ goes off course. He explodes. And look at that. There goes Frederick Oswald, Adam LZ. He now is applying the pressure. Is it too much? No, it's not. Going to the last outside zone. Freddie. Stand and deliver right there. Adam LZ overcooked it just a little bit on initiation. Are you ready to send it for the final time, E-Town? The gauntlet is on and cracking. Adam LZ needs to throw down a heater, maybe force an error for Frederick Osbo. Let's send it. Adam LZ initiates in the outside zone. He tracks bumper, sparks go flying. Freddie makes a mistake. He goes into the inside. Could Adam LZ get the victory? A massive mistake by Frederick Oswald. Adam LZ, great recovery on that first run, and now a dynamic lead run.
Adam LZ does something no one else has done this entire weekend or possibly ever.
Sure.
Holy cow. Man, what a run from both of these drivers.
And now your winner, back on the box once again, unanimously is Adam LZ gets the win.
When I'm driving with someone like Osbo, I just push as hard as I can, and when you start going faster, you got to scrub the speed. So you throw it backwards. It works. Sometimes it doesn't work, and it worked, and here we are.
Make some noise for the two-lettered last name, Mr. Adam LZ.
There's a lot of really good battles. I feel like I kind of got lucky on the first two. I didn't really have to drive that hard in order to get the win. But going against Osoli and Osbo, I pushed as hard as I possibly could, and I think it's probably some of my best driving I've done in Formula Drift. This feels like my home away from home. So to have my friends here, my sister, my nieces, my nephews, all you guys cheering, seeing the stands lit up, like I wanted to put on a show and drive as hard as I could, and that's what I did.
Congratulations to all our winners, because everybody won here at Formula Drift. We'll see you online, or we'll see you another time.
There is a banged up Corvette of Dempster. Dempster, previous to this battle, they were intended to be the third to last battle, right? So, but Dempster, prior to their run, called a comp timeout. He utilized the one and only timeout he has, and that car is banged up. I don't even know if it could get fixed within 5 minutes. Regardless, he is out. Casey Cole had a debeated tire. Your tires need to survive 2 runs, both a lead and a chase, or swap that. And also, he put a tire back on, had to use a comp timeout for that, and also had to fix his vehicle.
Yes.
So, so now with that scenario, it would basically, Casey Cole pulling up to the line would run, and he gets the victory. If he didn't pull the line,
right?
Actually, I don't even want to get into that. I'm not going to touch that one. But
I mean, obviously we can see
Cole's on
Cole
line.
pulling up to grid here. His car's back in shape. Got air in the tires, minus a lid in the back and a bumper. So it looks like, you know, future be told, he's going to pull the line and prove the car works, get the buy run done, get to the 16.
Yeah. All right. So again, a livery in memoriam of his father. They've gained an affinity for scuba diving. They're taking people scuba diving.
The activations are super cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So shout out to Casey Cole and his lady, the Aquanauts Granada, the art of diving. Yeah. So from race to reef, right?
Yep. Race to reef.
Yeah, it's really cool activation. So
giving out some cool packages for fans there.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna take a gander here to see if everything is up to snuff. So
yeah, the red shirts are assembling. But
Lorette, down to you. What's up with Dempster?
There's so much damage to your car, and Cody, I'm so sorry. You were going to be given a 5. You said you don't have the parts to fix it, and you can't fix the damage. What is the damage to the car?
Right now, the front lower control arm is snapped in half, but the biggest problem is the rear upper control arm, where it mounts to the frame, is completely ripped off the frame. So we can maybe wing wheel it together, but it's not exactly the safest, and I don't think it's worth it. So it sucks, but it's part of drifting, I guess. So yeah.
Cody, I'm so sorry. And from your point of view on the track, what happened?
I definitely got a little bit lost on the bank there. He definitely was pulling away, so I was trying to dive in a little bit, but then he trying to just watch the car in front of you, so I was trying to get into him, and he just led me out into that wall. He hit the wall. I have his taillight in my passenger seat. I think it flew off his car and went into my passenger seat, and yeah, obviously hit the wall a little harder because I was in the chase position, and it's just part of it. So when you're chasing cars like that at this level, you just got to trust the chase car, and his positioning was a little off, I think. Obviously, he went 3 tires off, so I followed him in there, and it didn't work out, obviously. So
We have a little bit of time until Las Vegas. Are you confident that you can get the car running and back?
I think this car might be totaled, to be honest. Some of the frame in the front looks like it might be pretty hurt too. I have another chassis that's planning on building for next year. Hoping to go into pro, but that didn't work out, obviously. So I might build that car earlier than I wanted to, and we'll be at Vegas somehow. I always make it work. It's just part of drifting. It sucks, but we're here for it, so we're gonna keep going.
Okay, Cody, thank you very much.
All right, so now, it was a knuckle and then a tie rod, and basically, our competition director, Kevin, look at this thing crab walking.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
crabbing.
safe.
So that is wildly unsafe.
And
I think it's in his best interest to pull that. And so correct me if I'm wrong. This is a scenario that I didn't think would come into play here. We talked about it, but I believe so. We only had one half of this battle with Cole leading, Dempster chasing, right?
Right.
Cole went off independently.
0.
It was incomplete. We can't complete the second half. So with that being said, it would default and Dempster would essentially move on, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get to the bottom of that. But Dempster should move on, but he wouldn't advance any further than 16. So
Correct.
he would accumulate points as a quote-unquote win.
Sure.
But would not advance any further, would not be able to compete any further.
Without having that CTO, yeah.
But we are getting clarity on that because would he be able to have time to fix the car between 32 and 16? So yeah, you could see. Look at.
So there's a lot of. Oh, yeah.
Look at
the toe arm.
Yeah.
We've seen this often, Jared, where there's a. So they kind of wrecked independently, right? But we've seen scenarios where, like this situation, where there was a fault when there's a collision, and that way it's a little more decisive. Now we're seeing a lot of deliberation between race control, spotters, and judges, and to see what's actually going to transpire here.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we will not complete this battle. The question now therein lies is. Again, we're articulating, we're seeing race control, judges, Ryan Sage conversing here. So the question is, who advances on, and if Dempster or Cole are able to move on, are they able to fix their car between 32 and 16?
That's really so. Yeah, let's break that down.
No, I don't want to.
Well, we're going to have to, Jared, because they're still deliberating.
Because they're still talking about it, and that's why.
Well, let's say Cole. They both have no 5s.
Yep. But a driver
But then
advances.
there's no second half of the battle, so.
But they weren't able to compete. So did they? Did they really? They don't have an adequate car at that juncture in order to gain the win.
That's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah. So
whoever wins isn't going to move on beyond the 16, no matter what.
That's what I've seen. Yeah.
Sorensen is getting a bye.
Yeah.
Either way.
All right. So, well, at the end of the day, that was the last battle of our Link Engine Management ProSpec Top 32. We have our Top 16. Again, we will get to the bottom of this, but so. So we will find out who advances on, what the scenario is. You know, we've reran cars, but that's not the scenario here. We're not going to rerun them by any means. The big question is it Cole? Is it Dempster? Who moves on to the 16? But we'll get to the bottom of that when we rejoin us for the continuation of our top 16 at 7 o'clock. 7 p.m. Local time is 4:46. That is TBD, though. So, again, Cameron Sorensen waits in the wings. This is how our top 16 is shaped up. Right now, 15, because we'll find out Cole or Dempster in the 16. Matt, what a wild turn of events. Again, the Midwest Mayhem absolutely delivers.
He's going to figure it out.
This guy's getting the coordinates to who's going to win here. This guy's working it all out. Sipping on a little lemonade and a little Rockstar energy drink there. Yeah, brother. What, are you drawing a picture? Draw a picture. Draw me like one of your French ladies there. Thanks for joining us out here, Matt. We'll be back here at 7 p.m. local time.
Can't wait.
Thank you to our judges for an interesting turn of events there. Robbie, Reese, Brian, Vernon, thanks for standing there looking pretty. Thank you to our Formula Drift staff as the party continues when we come back here to Indianapolis Raceway Park, local time, 7 p.m. So again, local time, 4:47. So 2 hours and 13 minutes.
Good job.
We'll be back here. Thanks for quick math there. If you're here in the building, we got an autograph session going down. That is going down at 5:30, so just about 40 minutes from now. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jared Deanna, Matt Silva, Lorette Nickel. We'll be back here 7 p.m.